Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Guerrilla Cricket.
Good morning, good evening, good dawn to good dusk, and welcome to the final pointless T20 England warm-up in a, 17, 18 degrees, grey skies, nipping about with a green top in the Oval, South London, and are just about to go off to, probably 35 degrees, slow burning pitches somewhere in the Americas.
Nothing like
a good warm-up for the World T20. It is the fourth one of these pointless T20s. England have won the toss. They are going to bowl first. The teams are as follows. England are going in: Phil Salt, Joss Buttler, Will Jacks, Johnny Bairstow, Harry Brook, Moeen Ali, Liam Livingstone, Chris Jordan, Jofra Archer, Adil Rashid, Mark Wood is in for Reece Topley. Pakistan have made a couple of changes: Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam, Usman Khan, Fakhar Zaman, Shadab Khan, Azam Khan, Iftikhar Ahmed, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Mohammed Amir, Haris Rauf, Naseem Shah is in for someone. I don't know who the other change is actually.
Imad Wasim has been dropped. Been rested, sorry.
Would that be for Usman Khan? Can't remember if he played the last one.
Possibly. He was told he had a sort of a side strain, but they said, he's not going to play in this match.
I love the Pakistanis when it comes to it. I'm joined, that voice you heard to my left is Jason, who's with me here tonight. And Will is over on the other end of a Zoom. And he has joined us for the opening sequence today as well. Ryan is going to join us as well. He's joining remotely as well. Bloody hell, you're all remote. You're all so fucking lazy you can't be asked to get here. I don't know. It's alright, just a little dig. Ryan, can you turn your picture off? When you're in, you're in. When you're out, turn your picky off. You've never done it before on Zoom, have you? You can't hear me. Can you hear me? Turn your picture off. When you're on, you're on. Sorry, production notes on air. So how do we think this is going to play out? I think there's going to be early wickets.
I would be surprised if it's not.
It's the only thing that I can see happening. That power play is going to have wickets tumbling all over the place, I reckon.
The big interesting thing is, what do people think is a good score? Because I reckon anything above about 140, with the pitch as it may well play, could be quite hard to get.
That is true. I'm certainly going to be going under for the first wicket. Right. We're about to get underway. And we shall play some jingles for the team. This man is going to own the bowling.
Do you know Mark Wood? Yes, he is an England bowler, quite good and pretty quick. So just a normal guy. Of course. Except for just one thing. What? He thinks that he's a horse.
And Pakistan have gone back to a tried and trusted partnership.
Have you any wool? No, sir. He doesn't, because he's a cricketer from Pakistan and he's a really good one. Thank you very much. He's not hit a bowl, he can hit the ball. Really quite far if the bowling so far, the runs are sure to flow. Oh, he bats and he keeps, and that's what the deal is, because he's Mohammed Rizwan.
And we just had the play go up. We are about to start. Oh Christ! Is the blast starting tonight? Is it on?
Yeah, there's 5 games tonight.
Is it the first round?
It's the first games tonight.
Oh, okay.
5 games.
Yeah, Brian Business says, bloody hell, you lot start now at the same time as the T20 Blast game here in Northampton. Well, yeah, it's summer evening cricket, isn't it? Starts at about 6:30 when everyone gets out of work and done a few beers. Woody is coming in for the first ball to Rizwan, who gets it all over the place really. Inside edge going nowhere. Not a very straight bat. I don't think he saw much of that, to be honest. And there is no run.
It's a bit of shape though. It just tail away just slightly for his first ball would.
A little bit, possibly.
I'm a batter ball behind you guys, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Are you watching it on our feed, or are you?
No, because the feed's not working.
Oh, it's frozen.
Yes.
Ah, shit. I've only just noticed that. That's really annoying.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the Beeb.
Okay. The Beeb?
Yeah.
How come it's on the Beeb?
They get the last. They got the last one. It's like part of the deal that they've just signed, I think.
Ah.
You know, they got the extra 4 years of all the ICC stuff.
Yep, that was announced earlier this week, I think.
Ah, okie
Yeah.
dokie. Well, Woody's going to come in for the second ball. And, oh, that one swings away nicely. Rizwan has an airy fairy drive at it, misses it, and goes through to the keeper, and there's no run. Fuck's sake.
You thought it was going to be nice and easy, Bear.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to have to unplug stuff and turn stuff off, aren't
Possibly.
I? Yeah. The problem is nothing ever, when you unplug it and plug it back in, it never captures it again. Oh, that one goes in off the pads, back leg I think of Rizwan. That's pretty quick beating for pace out the offside, and there ain't no run. At the end of this over, I will attempt to rescue the situation.
No, but Rizwan scampered a quick single.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they got a. Sorry, yeah, they got a. It was a leg by. It wasn't off the bat, was it? Well, maybe an inside edge.
It's been credited to him. So I think that's a ball into the nads.
For a single. Shoot, he's off the mark after 3 balls.
I do love that about cricket. They're like mental ways that you kind of make runs and take wickets.
What do you mean?
Well, that you can score a single off your.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, off your knackers by getting a really thin inside edge and really not
Yeah.
not having much to do with the run whatsoever, apart from the fact that it hit you. Yeah,
And-
well.
Like, and wickets, like the time that I took a catch off my nose.
Ooh. Painful?
Yeah.
Painful but
Yeah.
pleasant.
And then went to hospital?
No, carried on playing, and then took 4 in the match, I think.
Now that is a lovely shot by Baba. He's clipped that, it's into his pads, and he's clipped that authoritatively out to the mid-wicket boundary. No one out there. It's the power play. It'll be the first boundary of the day.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lovely shot, but it was there to be hit. It was bowled
Yeah,
on the
it
wrong
was.
line.
Yeah, it was bowled into the pads, wasn't it? You can't bowl there at Bama. He loves that one. Played that really nicely. He's a little bit of a way swing. But last ball? No, it's not. 5th ball of this over.
Yeah, 1 more to come, I think.
Yeah, straight-ish. Not quite into the pads and a bit shorter of length, but Baba is still able to turn it around the corner. No one there. Gets himself a single. Moves on to 5. Pakistan 6 for none with 1 ball left in the first over.
The other thing is this greasy pitch means if you get anything on the ball, of the bat on the ball at all, it's going to go fast.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Decent crowd for what they thought might be a rain out.
Yeah, I guess everyone's itching to see a bit of international cricket. That one's into the pads again, and again it's clipped on the inside. This time it's chased down by Jofra. He pulls it in. They should only get, well no, they get back for 2. I think, yeah they did. No. Baba hit that, didn't he? No, he didn't. Rizwan hit that. Of course he did. They kind of look similar at the crease. Similar height and everything. Anyway,
careful what you say there.
No, yeah, I mean, when it's stature with helmets on, some guys you can't really tell the difference.
Yep. Well, it's the end of the over, and I shall try to get some tweets whilst the Bear does tech. Let me just see. Got anyone on YouTube? We have Brian in Brisbane with us. Hello, Brian. And a few others. And I shall just try and get up the tweets. I didn't see any to start off with. Oh, this is interesting. We have a returning fast bowler.
Yes. I'll give you his jingle in a second. First ball is nicely played by Baba, but he can't beat man at third man. Just let it run off the face of his bat. It is, of course, someone we're all glad to see playing international cricket again.
He will break your helmet, break your heart. Hotter than lava, cooler than Bogart. In your face, at your stumps, on your toes, on your mum.
Comes in for second. Oh wow, big in swing there. Rizwan has a swing. It gets a little bit lucky inside edge. Oh, hasn't gone for 4. Good chase by Livingston, maybe.
No, I think Livingston
threw it
was
in.
fielding it, throwing it in. It's
Oh, was it Will Jacks? No, it was Woody.
Yeah.
I think. Boom. There you go. I think you should now have it. Will.
I'll have a look. Yeah, I'm on.
Hopefully. What am I doing? I'm not looking for that mouse, am I? Fucking hell. It's all a bit confusing. I was so early today as well.
It's been such a long time since you've actually done this as well.
Well, I've done
unless you've
I've
done
been doing
RPL.
some IPL nonsense.
I mean, it's been best part of 2 months for me.
Yeah. Jofra is in. Tries to get that big in swing again. It's just white out, really. It's a pretty ugly shot by Rizwan.
Schmeared.
Gives himself a single. Can't let him get going, though. 6 off 6, 6 off 3 for Baba. 12 for none.
Yeah, 6 and over. I'd take that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. In the modern era. I don't think we're going to see scores like the IPL, the World Cup, by a long shot.
Well, the pitch is an awful lot slower, for starters.
Boundaries are always. Fuck's sake. The boundaries are also going to be a lot longer. There'll be more catches. That one is driven up to long on, and there's no run.
And should get some tweets in whilst he's walking back. Jake Rose says, "Bear, I'm battered. I demand YouTube work so I can insult your clothing. Will is blind. He always looks like Tom Bombadil." Nice Lord of the Rings reference there.
I'll take that.
Warren says, "Good afternoon all." Madan Mohan Sharma says, "After this,
Didn't see what happened. What happened?
it's a wide." Yes, Madan Mohan Sharma asks about the World Cup. He says, "Good evening, Good Cricket India. Will you be broadcasting T20 World Cup matches? If yes, then which matches will be broadcast apart from English matches?" Well, most of the UK afternoon and evening starts we'll be doing. Our friends in Australia after this ball.
That is Jofra into Baba. He's just defended back down the track and there's no run.
Our friends in Australia will be helping out doing some of the weekend games that start at like 1 or 2 a.m. in the UK. But I don't think they're doing the weekday games that start at those times, unless we get lots of support for them. So yes, there will be games that we will be advertising shortly, once Tony's worked out who can do what.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. We've got that was a bit too wide. I think it was a slower ball. Baba's really upset that he's missed out there, but there you go. This is really annoying. For fuck's sake.
You're not stymied by tech for a change, Bear. That must be a first, surely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, there's lots of Pakistan ultras with the bright day glow hair in the crowd, enjoying themselves. That's what they should.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
You'd think that they're going to get pretty decent support over in America, considering how many expats there are, you know, like Indian and Pakistani expats and stuff.
That's driven out through the covers, and there is 4 runs. Yeah.
I think you need a couple of extra hands, Bear, for all the things you're trying to do at the moment.
I can't log into my betting account. It's upsetting me. And I don't know why.
Yeah, meanwhile, Onward Nueva says, "Evening, fantastic GC. Yay, some cricket." And Jago says, "Good lord, I'm watching cricket on my own sofa. Archer's never going to out with his kiddie arse like that. Don't know what's going off out there with non-Yorkshire buttocks."
Cut nicely by Rizwan this time, and again, it's 4 runs.
Well, you might be saving yourself a couple of quid here, Bear, because your under is looking...
I don't think I got it on, because I couldn't get it in.
That's what I mean. You might have saved yourself the stake.
Yeah.
I reckon not putting that on might have been a good plan.
It looks very controlled there, Rizwan.
That one's into the pads. And again, it's just work around the corner, and there is no run. Sorry, a single. What am I on about? Fucking, I do that all the time.
And be interesting to see how England's top 4 fire in this match compared to the first game that they played, where they dominated the scoring, mainly produced at Butler's 80, but everyone got a start out of the top 4.
Yeah, they did, and I thought it was a pretty good score. And it proved to be so. Woody is in. It's flat tap by Baba. He doesn't get it past mid-wicket, and there is no run.
It's very early to say, but Baba's, apart from that 1-4, has not really looked like he's timing the ball very well, or getting the pace of the pitch very well.
No, I'd have to agree with that. This is really annoying me, Jason. I don't understand why I can't log in. The details are correct, but it's just not letting me log in.
Blame AI.
Wood is in again. It's 2 leg sidey, and Baba again can just turn it around the corner down to deep square leg, and there is a single.
Our predictions of lots of wickets in the power play hasn't quite appeared yet.
No, which is a bit annoying. Fortunately, I can't get
Yeah.
into my betting account, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But the prediction that it would be skidding on and to go off the back quick, I think he's probably come true so far.
Finally. Oh, tented uppercut. Is that out?
Ooh.
Oh, they're looking at it.
They're looking
Josh
at it. No,
wasn't
the
look too
umpire's saying
happy.
no. I thought he just guided it with the face of the bat and into the hands of Josh Butler, but they hadn't. No. Right, I'm finally in, Jace. Phew.
You're happy now. Anyway, Jago says, "What on earth? Oh, Zoltzman just appeared on my screen." Well, yes, if you're watching the BBC, that may happen.
Does that mean Dan's doing it for the BBC?
Atif, I think he's running around doing this. I mean, he was in Cardiff on Tuesday, then he was in Essex on Wednesday for the ladies' game, and I think he's back at the Oval today.
I mean, presumably, when the BBC do get international cricket, they just use the radio team, don't they?
It's not even close to the
No,
bat.
there's miles away from the bat. Was it given us a wide? Maybe they got away with it.
I think they got away with it.
Can't really wides in this game, thankfully. I'm still going to go under now, though, because they got some runs and they got off the mark, and it's 49.5. Chris Jordan is in. Oh, Christ, that was a big in swinger. Babra's arm has a big swing. and it somehow misses his inside edge, just misses his off stump, and there is no run.
I like that as a ploy. I think Baba is having sighting issues, so if you bowl him a Yorker early on, he may not get his bat down in time, and that very nearly sluck onto the off stump.
It did come in as well. Maybe not with the angle, but oh look, Warren Davis has given us a a super chat. Thank you, Warren. He says Bear having a T20 moment. Yeah. That's driven up to mid-on. Well, strappled up to mid-on, really. Nicely timed, but straight at the man, no run. More up, why isn't the bloody phone recognising my password, even though it's correct moment?
It's not computer says no, it's phone says no.
Phone says no, indeed. Jordan coming in to bowl to Baba. That one swings away. That's a lovely shot. Lifts it over the top of cover and out to the extra cover boundary. And this certainly isn't going the way I thought it would do. It's 4 more runs.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4's are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
I mean, there's a bit of movement in the air, but it just started wide and just went wider and was quite full, giving him plenty of room to free the arms. And you know there's going to be out there. Lovely shot. Seeing it quite well, I think.
Well, it's a tale of two openers. I mean, Rizwan's seeing it like a football, and Baba can't really.
Oh, no, it was a bit aerial, but he got it through the gap. Not great timing, but enough. Of course, that one out. So that's 4 runs.
It's Nissan She. It's Nissan.
Does that mean I'm going to see a big picture of Atif in on the TV at some point? Do you think in the middle of the game? He's going to be yapping to someone, isn't he?
Possibly. We're on the Sky feed at the moment, but not.
Oh, that's true. We are on a Sky feed.
Because I turned it over.
He'll be doing the wandering around in the crowd, won't he?
I imagine so. That's what they normally send him out to do. Well, he does a fair bit of commentary, but I mean at the bigger games and the bigger events, he was doing that at the World Cup.
And he does that for the 100.
Yeah.
For Birmingham.
Well, you know, he's a stand-up. He's good at that sort
Yeah.
of shit. Jordan in again, another fuller ball. It's a full toss. It's driven square. There is a man out at point. They'll come back for the second though. When they get there. There might be a run out. Might have to put for a run out later. I got under 49.5. It's not looking good at the moment. They're scoring quite freely actually, but
yeah, that's a good over. They've had 10 off that over.
Yeah.
And there's a ball to come.
England can desperately do, well, not desperately do with a wicket, but a wicket would be handy. Obviously, always are. But talk about cliches.
It'd be interesting to see what spin does on this wicket as well, because I mean that's a major attack for.
I don't think it'll do a lot, to be honest. Ooh, slower ball wafted at by Baba, completely foxed. Missed it. Wouldn't have carried anyway because it bounced good way in front of Josh Butler. End of the 4th over, 33 for none. Rizwan 15, Baba 17.
Jonathan Shawlan says, "Good morning, Gorillas. It's 5:45 a.m. here in New Zealand. And for some reason, this match is not on TV. Luckily, GC can fill the gap."
Of
Well,
course.
thank you very much for getting up so early.
Well, indeed. What are you doing up at this time in the morning? Or do you just not sleep? Are you a bit like me? Although I find as I get older, I do wake up at ridiculous times in the morning.
Yeah, but that's normally bodily function based.
I just wake up and then I can't go back to sleep. It's ridiculous. I hate it.
I have that. I'd like wake up at 4 in the morning for no reason, and I'm just like staring at the ceiling for.
Yeah, I get up
hours.
now. If I can't sleep, I just get up and go downstairs and read on the computer and watch a bit of news or something for however long it takes for me to get tired. But in the summer, it's a bit scary because you wake up at 2 or 3, and I hate going to bed when it's light. But you know, if you're up for 2 hours, suddenly you go to bed and the dawn is breaking. You're like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
We're going to have an early introduction of spin.
Yeah, it's going to be this man.
Our beard shouldn't touch
Move over, Amlo. I like it too much. Move over, Amlo. You're one hairy dish I love unconditionally. It's Moeen Ali.
Down the track comes Rizwan. Doesn't really time it. Inside half of the ban out to mid wicket. Very wide mid on. In probable modern parlance, but I'd say that's mid wicket. Straight mid wicket. But hey, fashions change. Moeen Ali is in straight and clipped again. This time past that man who has moved to more traditional mid wicket. And there is a guy behind him. It'll just be the one run. Gets Phil Salt out there.
Yep.
That's how they got him out in the first game. That's true. Actually, he came down the track, swatted Moeen Ali straight to mid wicket. Down the track comes Babar Azam. Gives a little bit of air as Moeen Ali, but it doesn't fox Babar. Slams him back over his head all the way into the stand. 6 runs. Good start here from Pakistan. 40 off 4.3. Pretty good power play. That's a good hit.
That's right into the executive members.
Yeah, it is, right above the sight stand. That's quite a long hit, isn't it?
Just
Nicely
below the
timed.
score box.
Yeah, beautifully. But drags that one down. And he feels like he's missed out on it a bit there, Baba. It's hoiked down to long on.
I'm not sure.
Just the one.
I don't know what Will thinks. I think that's actually pretty well bowled by Moeen. He dragged it back and dug it in and made sure he can't get hit back over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, there's an element of kind of. Well, Moeen knows how to bowl areas, I guess, and you kind of want that at this point, just to stop them really getting on top of you. I don't know whether they're sort of thinking kind of bring Jordan back on or.
Clipped out to the deep on the leg side. It'll be 2 runs.
Or save them for the death overs, like they usually do. Don't know, but
Kind of does 2 spells of 2. No, 2 sort of early to mid, and then
Who
2.
are we talking about?
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah, he does, and they do tend to keep him back for the death. He can be hit or miss at the death as well. Moeen drags that one down. That's nicely played by Rizwan. He gets down on one knee. It was really pulled back by Moeen and bowled short. And he feigns to come down and then got down on one knee and just late cut it inside the man at short third man. Gets himself 4 runs, and they are off and running.
The number of the day. Who could ask for more? The number of the day is 4.
And Jay Gower says, Atif tends to be on point for most Pakistan games. His explosive enthusiasm still gives me the fear, even after all these years. I think explosive is a nice description for it. I had a friend or colleague, work colleague, and we used to call him relentlessly enthusiastic. Which was very tiring when you're next to him on the phone, and he's on the phone all the time. Anyway, it's 5 overs. We should be having a change.
Oh, we should be having a change. It's now supposed to be Dom who's going to come in, do some ball by ball for you. I'm going to take over social duties, and Ryan is going to join us as well.
G'day, Gorillas. How you getting on?
I'm doing fine, Dom. How are you? Go for it.
Very, very well. First delivery of the Archer over is a big heave-ho outside off stump and a play and miss from Barber. I think you should be up to date. 47 without loss. Just double checking you can hear me okay, Ben?
Yeah, I can feel you alright.
I'm doing it.
I should say hello to Ryan over there down there in Hove, I should say. How's it going, Ryan?
Yeah,
it's good. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good start for Pakistan.
Yeah, a very good start for Pakistan, I have to say. Yeah.
The ball is coming into the bat nicely.
Archer again, this one's cut away, and I've just completely lost my feed, but it's gone out to deep point, I believe. Fielder getting around. Bear, let me know if that goes for 4 while I turn my telly back on.
No, it didn't go for 4. It went out to Phil Salt, who was at deep backward point diving. They got back for 2 though.
Should have been at least 2. Excellent. 49 without loss. Yeah, nothing ever goes smoothly the first time you do something, eh, fellas? You always remember your first time, don't you?
Indeed, yes. Is this your first time doing Zoom, Dom?
It is, mate.
Ah,
it is,
and you too, Ryan, eh? So I've got two. Joy.
Oh, into the stumps.
Yeah, Archer again, shorter in length. This one's late cut down past the diving man at short third. Phil Salt with the mop-up work down there on the deep third boundary. 2 more for Barber. Archer's getting it through with decent pace. Lovely to see the man back and healthy, isn't it? And a big smile on his face. Got the heavy chain on around the neck as always, dear listener, if you're just joining into the sound. He rolled the fingers down that one, bit of a leg cutter, and you could see that it just cramped up Rizwan. So, Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself if you get the chance whilst Archer's getting back to his mark. I haven't met you before, I don't think.
So yeah, we haven't met before.
No, Ryan's
Yeah,
yeah, go on. Ooh.
I think Archer's bowling too quick.
Archer, this one, yeah, go on, mate.
He's faster between the balls. So while we're talking, he bowled 3 balls already. As a fast bowler, it's too quick to complete the over, right? He bowled 4 balls.
Well, the fourth one of this over was short outside off stump, and it's Rizwan who stands up and throws the hands through it. It was uppishly played, but no fielder anywhere near it to trace a bullet. That's another one of these there.
It is indeed.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And you may as well line up another one, Bear, because it's back-to-back boundaries here at the Oval. This one was a glorious cover drive on the up, all the way along those practice wickets. Pakistan up and about, that 59 without loss.
Yeah, they're going well here, aren't they?
Really? Yeah, Ryan, you think Archer's trying to bowl too quickly in the power play? Was that what you were saying?
Too quickly in the ball and too short as well. So with the new ball, I don't think we have to bowl too short. You can search for the swing, try and bowl some fuller lengths.
Yeah, to be fair, they were getting smashed over the top of the covers when they were doing that.
Edge then gone. That's going to be the first wicket down. Last ball of the power play. It's a genuine outside edge from Barber, and it carries all the way to Adil Rashid. He wasn't at a genuine first slip. Rizwan, Barber it was, opened the hands, and he sort of took the splice of the bat. And it's one of those that just looped up, dear listener. Rashid takes a smart catch down low. First blood for England as the rain starts to fall at the Oval. I can't see the score, but I think it's 61 for 1.
You would be correct, I think. Yeah, he did that late cut again, didn't he? And he rolled his fingers over it, and it was a bit slow, and it just looped up and got a little bit higher on him. And we have to say goodbye to Babar Azam.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you're out.
So tell us a bit about the dismissal there, Ryan. What do you think? You thought Archer needed to pitch it up a little bit, but it was the one from the middle of the deck that brings the wicket.
I think he bowled the same length, but the line of this ball is quite on the offside. That's why Babar Azam didn't time the ball. It got the edge and goes in straight in the hands of slip fielder.
Fantastic analysis. So I think, normally the way that England do it, the end of the power play, it will be Adil Rashid with his leg break stylings for the 7th over. In at 3, Bear, we've got Usman Khan. Have we got a jingle for him?
Of course I've got a jingle for him, Dom.
Usman Khan, Usman Khan, Usman Khan, Usman Khan, Usman Khan, it's Usman Khan.
Yeah, clearly Mog didn't know much about Usman Khan, apart from his name, which is always a good thing.
It is raining right now. The spinners will find difficult to grip the ball, and they might not get any turn as well. So, is this a correct time to bring in Adil Rashid?
Well, yeah, they're doing what they normally do, though, aren't they? Oh dear.
Rashid tops the first one up. It's going to be a full toss, but there's men covering on the leg side, and it should just be one for Mohammad Rizwan out to cow corner.
Let's have a jingle for the bowler.
Adil Rashid on the 45. 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 Adil can turn it both ways. Adil can turn it.
Over to you, Dom.
Second delivery of the over is wide, and it's going to be a boundary. It was full, and Usman Khan throws the hands through it behind square, pierces the field all the way along the carpet for another one of these.
Pitch it full and allow the batsman to allow the batsman to give the width, so it just guide towards the deep point for a boundary.
Yeah, it's too wide.
Oh, that one skids, almost goes underground, and deep in his crease is Khan, who manages to squeeze it out to the man sweeping on the offside for a single. Will Jack's doing the job there.
I thought they might appeal for that. I thought that maybe skidded onto his pad and then onto his bat, but no.
Yeah, it looked like one of those. It's hard to tell without the sound on whether there was two noises, but it went a long way out to the fence. Here's Rashid again. Oh,
that's
knocked him over. Big wrong-in through the gate, and the second wicket's down for Pakistan. Rayan, talk us through it. What happened, mate?
Yeah, he proved me wrong. Spinner gets the wicket for England again, and it's a bit slow through the air, and the batsman got seduced. Batsman got beaten in the air. So just moves forward to defend, and the ball beats the batsman and hit the stumps.
Yeah, got a little bit of air, didn't he? It was a Google as well. It's come back and beaten him through the gate, and he was absolutely nowhere near the pitch of the ball. Absolute cracking delivery. And we have to say goodbye, Rizwan, dangerous man as well. So it's good to say goodbye to him.
Just a fantastic piece of leg spin bowling.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
There you go.
Sorry, mate. I'm a bit slow on the old jingles.
No, it's fine. They don't come through very well on Zoom. It's a different prospect doing it on Zoom. I've never done it on Zoom myself. I refuse to do it on Zoom. That's why I'm always here.
Yeah, well, I'll get my apologies in early. I live in Walthamstow. On Tuesday it was a 2-hour journey for no cricket, and then so I said to the bishop, I said, "Oh, listen, would it be okay if I tried it on Zoom, and then I might be able to be more available in the future?" But yeah, listen, straight out of the frying pan into the fire, I think.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah. It's just I think it's just a different proposition doing it on Zoom.
Yeah, mate. We'll get there. You stick with us there. You'll guide us through it, mate. The captain of our ship.
I know. Don't you worry.
Yeah. In it for Pakistan is Fakhar Zaman. We'll jingle him up after this delivery. First one's defended off the back foot, no run.
He batted well the other night. Let's give him a jingle.
Opens the batting for Pakistan. Slow left arm bowling if that's in your plan. I'm waiting for some man.
Over to you, Dom.
Second delivery to the Zaman is knocked politely down to a long off fielder. I think it might be Chris Jordan down there who does the job. End of the 7th over. Pakistan, after being invited to bat earlier today by Joss Butler, 66 for 2. Clickety click.
Oh, it's me. I'm doing social, aren't I? Brian in Brisbane says Northampton still backs, bowling, going okay. Derbyshire 62 for 2 after 7 overs. O'Hara says it is the English rainy season. Why raining so much, or is it because it's England? It's because it's England. This year has been terrible for rain. It's been fucking horrible.
Absolute dog shit.
Climate change is not bringing us sun, it's bringing us wet weather. It's not cold, it's quite pleasant temperature wise, but it's just miserable. And it is raining a bit harder now. Well, it isn't.
Livingston is coming to the attack.
Ah, yes, we'll get jingle out for him in a minute. Over to you.
Spin from both ends. Livingston starts with the off-break around the wicket to Zaman first up. Of course, the left-hander means he'll bowl finger spin. Sorry, Ryan, what's that, brother?
Yeah, he can bowl both the spins, off spin and leg spin. And for the left-hander, he's bowling off breaks right now.
Ooh.
That's a shocking delivery. Half tracker manages to get away with it.
Dot ball. It's the most important ball apart from a wicket.
Zaman showing him plenty of respect here, deep in his crease, looking to force off the back foot. Here's Livingston again around the wicket. That's quick, get through the air again, and Zaman will get runs this time. Turned into the leg side. He pushes the first one hard, but no is the call, and it will just remain the single. Maybe Usman Khan fancies a bit of living Livingston's leg breaks.
He's not giving any room to the left-hand batter. He's bowling into the body, speed up the delivery, so just not giving any length to the batsman and allow them to hit for a boundary or 6.
The other thing he'll try to do is push through the overs very, very quickly. It's a bit harder when you have to change the field right and left-hander. But he's a sort of bowler that every now and then he can get through 4 dots in a row and you don't even realise, and then the pressure's on you to try to find the boundary in the last 2.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he does here to the right-handed Usman Khan. Short, and he's gone the old heave-ho, and that's going to be a maximum all the way over the rope at cow corner. It's one of these.
6, yeah.
That was a shit ball. That was really shite. It was just into the middle of the deck at 60 miles an hour.
And that's what happens if both the left and right-handers are in the crease. It's hard for the bowlers to adjust to both the batters.
Yeah.
Line-wise.
Ooh.
This one's a genuine break. Oh, and it
No.
was on the half volley to Rashid. He was full length dive, trying to get 2 hands under it, and manages just to grab it on the first bounce. Unlucky from Livingston, and that's the first proper delivery he's bowled where he's not trying to dig into the deck. Actually showed a little bit of air and finds the outside edge of Khan.
I think Adil Rashid was a bit stationary there. I think he thought it was going to carry to him and then realised it wasn't and didn't move.
I think he might have been thinking about his next over. Another
last ball of the over, he bowled it full for the first time in this over. The batsman just drives through the long off for a single.
So, you know what we say here on the coverage, Rain? Well counted, son. Single off the last ball of the over, mate. So you'd have to imagine we'll probably get Abdul Rashid from the other end. But any socials before we get to there?
Yeah, we got George McPherson. It's amazing how after a poor start from England bowlers, they managed a couple of quick wickets indeed. I don't know what that's to. George says Worcestershire 49 for 6. Ooh, in the 9th. Against Yorkshire, that's pretty poor. Jay says, "Oh Mint, got YouTube. Hooray, Dom, do the voice." What's the voice?
That's a change in the bowling. Moeen Ali comes into attack.
Over to you, Dom.
First delivery from Moeen has swept off one knee, just for a single, out to long leg or deep backward square, depending on which century you're from. Pakistan up to 75 for 2. Moeen, you have to imagine he's getting a go because of the left-handed Fakar at the crease. Sorry,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because of Fakar, Josh Butler cuts the over of Adil Rashid.
Exactly.
He's
just a little bit of a
dangerous
delay
batsman.
here.
What's going on here? Are they going for rain? No. Umpire's gone over to the crowd. He's asking someone to move, but he's don't seem to be near the sight screen. This is a bit weird.
I think there's one guy in sort of a plaid shirt that might have been just in front of the corner of the black tarpaulin. His young companion there that looks a little bit like Greg James from Radio 1 and Tailenders. Anyway, here's Moeen short, and it's gone cross bat out over the rope at cow corner, slog sweep style like Stephen Waugh, and that's another one of these.
In one mood right now. They're just hitting sixes in every over. They just want to up the run rate.
Yeah.
80.
Not getting away though, are they?
81 for 2, so just over 10 and over. Down the track! Oh, and it's a stumping chance gone down from Captain Butler. He watched it all the way into the gloves, and I think it hit the hard part of the thumb. And all he can do is clap his hands and say bold Mo, because he knows he's let Fakar Zaman off the hook there.
What a
81 for
fuckwit.
2.
That's really annoying.
Hope it will not be a match changing.
This one's quicker through the air from Moeen, finds the middle of the deck, and it's going to be a single out towards Living Livingston at extra cover. 82 for 2. Zaman happy to get down the non-strikers after a chance in this over. And the cameras will not get rid of Joss Butler for a little while now, I don't think.
He seemed to have it, and it just popped up, didn't it? What an idiot.
He was at least 2 strides down the wicket. There was no chance of him getting back. Quicker through the air, down on one knee for the sweep, beats the man at short fine, out to deep backward square. Livingston in the action again, but it will just be another single. 83 for 2. So after that maximum, things just seeming to calm down a little bit. Maybe Fakar Zaman heeding the warning that he got after that mis-stumping.
Yeah.
Here's Moeen, slides in the air, that one's gone straight up the chute, this should be out, someone getting under it, and it's Adil Rashid who clears on.
That is
83 for 3.
That's a very good catch, isn't it? Again, he didn't seem to be quite there. And then sort of stretched out right at the end and pulled it out of the sky. That's pretty good going. Let's give him a send-off to the batsman.
I won't look back, 'cause by the time that I do, you'll be gone.
Rashid, who took the catch, didn't manage to come under the ball, but he managed to hold the ball and take a catch.
Yeah, safe pair of hands. Sort of stuck his arms out right at the end.
I also read that, in London, after a decade, England is playing a T20 in London.
Yeah, 10 years I heard. Last
10
time
years,
that England played there, Ian Bell was batting at 3, so that gives you an idea.
What, at the
Yeah.
Oval?
Yeah, in the London.
That's the England men, of course. The women have played since then, but yeah, 10 years since the England men have played a T20 international or a T20s internationals in the capital.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That is
Hard to
astonishing.
believe, isn't it?
That's really hard to believe. Wow. Amazing. I watched the T20 with Ian Bell in it not that long ago. It came up on a highlights reel. It was a completely fucking different game to what it is now. It was basically a test side that sort of tried to hit out back in the day. Anyway, we have a new batsman. I'll give him a jingle after this ball. Over to you, John.
Through the air from Rashid. This spin a 10th over and a sharp single down to short fine will get the new batter at the striker's end, and his name is this.
It is this guy.
What's the matter, you? Show a little respect. The leg is spitting his harder, but he turns it off at the deck. Oh, he's not too bad. He's always got a plan. Shadab Khan.
Shadab Khan in at 5 for Pakistan. He will enjoy bowling some spin later on if the weather stays clear. For now, he's got a job to do at the bat. He's facing up to Adil Rashid. One slip. And it's bowled in! First delivery. It's a golden duck for Shadab Khan. Quicker through the air from Rashid, and it catches the thigh guard. He's trying to force it around to the offside, and he only manages to get it as far as his off bail. 4th wicket down for Pakistan. It's 84 for 4, Ryan.
Shadab Khan didn't read the hoopy of Adil Rashid and stuck in the crease. It got inside edge and straight away hit the stumps.
Yeah, it came off his thigh, back onto the stumps. That's a bit depressing if you're a batsman, but hey, let's say goodbye to him. Well,
Pakistan are losing a cluster of wickets after power play. At the end of power play, they were in a great stage, strong stage. After that, they lost 4 wickets in a row in every over.
Yeah, and they the other thing they got, Shaheen Shah Afridi comes in at 8. Oh, it's the big man. He's got a jingle. He's this guy, dude.
He's very strong, but can he carry the team? Yes, he's heavy. He's Azam Khan.
Oh, Mog. Like it.
Azam Khan in
Khan,
at 6.
yeah.
He's about a third my size, so I'm not saying shit.
Yeah, we're all quite large, but none of us play international cricket. That's all I'll say.
Not yet there. I'm only 9 good seasons away.
Yeah.
Just whilst we do have a little bit of a break in the coverage, I've got a question from the group chat, if I may. So Gary wants to know if Butler keeps in the IPL. He doesn't this season, especially because of the inaugural super sub rule, or whatever, impact player, I should say. Butler, when Rajasthan chase, he normally doesn't field at all and comes in as the impact sub to open the batting. and when they bat first, he normally gets subbed out for one of the spinners. But even if he was in the field, it's normally Sanju Samson, the captain, that does the wicket keeping for the mighty Rajasthan Royals. Hope that answered your question, Gazza.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
He's a bit iron gloves anyway. He's another one they tried to shoehorn into the test team. He wasn't really up to it.
Ed Smith special, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not the only ones who do it, though, are we? Anyway, Azam Khan is going to face up, and over to you.
First time I've really seen him, Azam Khan, and it's a yes and a no, a chance at the non-strikers. Then if he hits and he doesn't hit, Azam Khan with cement shoes on, he has absolutely no interest in a single there. He just covers up in defence and closes his eyes. It's you wouldn't read about it. It's exactly what Alanis Morissette was talking about in her 1990s hit Ironic. Azam Khan wanted nothing of it.
He didn't even move his feet.
No. Well, dismissal method, run out, 16-1.
Mate, pound that into the turf. Oh, this one beats him through the air. It's quicker, and Azam Khan, he gets an inside edge on it, which saves him into his own gigantic pad, and it trickles out into the off stump for no run. 9.4 overs gone now. Pakistan 84 for 4.
I mean,
what?
His international record isn't really very good either, Azam Khan's. I don't know. I don't know what they see in him.
So, interestingly, leg slip comes in. Oh, and he goes the heave-ho, trying to get out of trouble with a maximum, and he can't connect at all. It's another dot. And this is one of the ugliest 3-ball innings you'll ever see in international cricket, dear listener. What do you reckon, Ray? And have you seen him play much before?
No, I haven't seen him play, but I know who he is, where he's from. He's the son of legendary Moin Khan. And regarding this match, who
big wrong'un to finish the over, and he only gets it as far as short mid wicket, no run. After 10 overs, I think we're due a change, but Pakistan.
No, we're not. Well, according to my thing, we're doing massive stints. We've split it into 3 because there's less of us, I think.
Okay.
So it's 1 at 7. We were supposed to do 8 to 13, but we're gonna.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, well, this is the one I've got. I don't know when this was from.
I don't know if that's the first or the second one. I'm not sure, but anyway, it doesn't. I'm happy to keep going unless someone tells me to stop.
Okay, maybe there was a new one actually. There is. Well, this is the one I got out of my email. Oh, hold on. Here's a new one. Okay.
We
we're due a change.
On board.
Yeah, we do have Bennett. Bennett's going to take over. Dom, you're doing socials. Oh, I'm staying here, summarising.
Fantastic. Hello there. Good evening.
Evening, Bennett.
Good evening, Bear and Dom. We haven't met before. Good evening, listeners, wherever you are across Europe and anywhere in the world. Greetings and welcome to the Ball by Ball commentary here. This is the 4th T20 between England and Pakistan. A keen tussle between bat and ball. The 11th over beginning here by Mark Wood. And Pakistan have lost 4 wickets with the score on 85. Some great bowling by the English bowlers, Dom. Sorry, who's doing social again? Sorry.
I'm socials. Bears summarising.
Okay, I apologise. No problem. So Bear, some great bowling here. Some good bowling by the English bowlers.
Yeah. It's been reasonable. There's been some loose stuff to start, but yeah, I don't know. The rain's coming. Well, on TV it can always look quite hard. It doesn't seem to be raining that hard here in South London, where I am. Woody is. Oh no, it's not me. Sorry, Bennett, go on.
That's okay. So Woody's. This one's shortish and climbs up, and this one's away on the leg stump as it goes through to the wicketkeeper. The umpires stretches out their hands and signal a wide. The 2 umpires have been quite consistent with their decisions today. Pakistan in a bit of a bother. They've lost 4 early wickets. Azam Khan, the son of former Pakistan captain Moin Khan, is the wicket keeper. So they're 86 for 4. Azam yet to open his account. He's faced 4 balls already. Usman on 16. And Mark Wood comes in, steaming in. This one shortish, and it gets him straight on the glove there. It climbs on him awkwardly, and as I'm trying to get evasive action, not successful off the glove or the bat or whatever.
It was glove.
It's certainly off the glove. It's certainly gone to the wicketkeeper, and Pakistan lose their 5th wicket with the score on 86. Right, perhaps.
Thanks,
Bear's
Brian.
waiting for a jingle.
Brian has sent us some beer. You see, Dom, if you're in the studio, you get free beer.
Brian, what a lovely gesture when I'm not there.
It wasn't actually off the glove. I thought it was off the glove. He said it was off the shoulder, and it was off the shoulder, it does seem. Or did it brush the glove first? No, it brushed the glove first. That's what I thought, yeah. He didn't like that up him, did he, at all?
He just didn't. So Pakistan lose their 5th wicket. The batter's out today. Babar Azam was first to go for 36. Mohammad Rizwan for 23. Usman Khan battling it out for 16. Fakhar Zaman scored 9. Shadab Khan had a golden duck out of the first ball. He's been having a bit of a in an ordinary form, hasn't he, Bear? We'll come back to that in a second. That's the replay showing. Go on, Bear. Sorry.
Isn't this the perennial problem with Pakistan? It's basically Babar and Rizwan or bust, pretty much. Fakhar Zaman occasionally throws some stuff in there, but not a lot comes out of everyone. Enough, consistently enough, comes out of the rest of the team.
Exactly, but it's been a great watch here to see Mark Wood and Jafra Archer steaming in, isn't it? I mean, hopefully, England are very close to making their final 11 here. I think Reece Topley and one of the fast bowlers may rotate. Do you reckon they're quite close to the decision, Bear, in terms of their best 11?
Yeah, but I think in T20 you've got a best 14 or so anyway, and a couple of people are changeable. But you'd imagine that Jofra, they perm Jofra, Wood, as you say, Topley per game, Adil Rashid, Moeen Ali, Livingston, 3 spin options.
It's just an amazing sort of a combination there, isn't it? Just having Moeen Ali and Liam Livingston who can sort of play as all-rounders. This one's shortish and guided away towards the third man area, the vacant third man area, and that's the boundary. This is Iftikhar.
Who has a jingle? It's another really long one.
Why do I find it hard to believe the next stat? Strike rate of 142.
Yeah, Iftikhar is the new batter.
Sorry, I was winding it the wrong way. I was trying to take it down so you could speak.
No problem. Sometimes jingles that can't be heard, but if you don't mind,
I know.
just give us a signal. Sorry. Shortish delivery there, and Mark Wood. This one, Iftikhar Ahmed placed it towards the mid-wicket area, and the batters go through for a quick single. Iftikhar Ahmed is capable batter. He's a hard-hitting late mid-order batter who bowls useful, fastish off-spinners, and Pakistan looking up to him now to build this innings. They've lost their experienced openers, skipper Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. They came back to this combination where the original plan was not the case, wasn't it? They were opening with Ayub.
Yeah.
What do you think was the reason for that?
They're trying to find someone else. They're trying to find someone to break that cycle of having to rely on these Babar, because they've always opened, haven't they? And the problem is that they always open, and then something goes wrong. It looks like they're going to go off for a bit of rain here. So they keep trying to find someone else who can open so they can put Rizwan further down the order, because Rizwan's a good finisher as well. Babar stays as an opener, right? He's a bit like, I don't know,
Kohli, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a bit like Kohli. He's a bit classy, and at some points he can go really quick, but generally he can get runs. And so if he gets 30 or 40 and he does it in 22 balls, that's great. If he does it in 35, they put up with it because he's Babar Azam. Yeah, go on, Dom.
I guess the question is how successful they're gonna be. It's really tough to predict ahead of time. So obviously if they're let's say they're 60 for none after their 6 overs. Well, some people might say, well, they're not being aggressive enough. They're only going at 10s, whereas everybody else is going at 12s. But then if they kick on and they end up 140 for none off 12, and everyone goes, well, they're the best opening partnership in the world, and now we've got Iftikhar and Azam Khan to come in and try to throw the long handle at it. So, like, it really, like, you can't have it both ways if you're a Pakistan fan, I don't think. Because it's either going to be, you accept that there's going to be days when they have 45 for none off 6. But if they kick on then and they bat anywhere above 10 to 12 overs, well, you should win the game, really.
Exactly.
You can't have it both ways. What do you want?
That's it. Yeah. I know, exactly. And that's how they choose to play the game.
But the point is, when these guys don't fire, the Pakistan loses. And even when they fire, because they bat a little bit slow right up at the start, they get criticized. So, just 2 games in and they brought Rizwan back again. Why not give them a longer run, whoever who was opening before?
Yeah, well, that's the fiery nature of Pakistan fan politics, isn't it? They demand instant change, I think, from whenever Atif was around. There's no patience. There's no patience when it comes to the Pakistan cricket fan. They want instant success, so...
In case listeners you're wondering what's happening, it's drizzling down here in Oval. And the covers are on, the umpires are having a chat, and the gloomy faces has like the weather. So unfortunately this series has been plagued with disastrous typical English weather, which took off 2 of the games, and unfortunately following the same pattern here. Both teams desperate for some match practice ahead of the World Cup, desperate to try new combinations, England in particular wanting Jofra Archer and Mark Wood, who's playing his first game in many months, to get some match practice today. Unfortunately, not the case. England made 1 change today. Sorry, bad company second. Reece Topley making way for Mark Wood. This is from the Edgbaston game. Sorry, come in.
No, I was going to say I'm never up for match practice when it comes to T20. Does it? Loads of them have been playing the IPL anyway.
No, but Mark Wood and Archer haven't.
They haven't. But then Archer's coming off a long layoff, and he might break down 2 games in anyway. So who knows?
Yeah, but it was lovely to see. I was watching the first few overs of Archer, and it was lovely to see him back in action. The effort, the smooth run up.
Yeah.
And yeah, the
thing is, don't you find with Archer now that all we do is watch the speaker, and is he as quick as he used to be?
Well, he was bowling at 88 today.
He was bowling at 88. He used to bowl at 92, 93, didn't he?
Yeah, but
is that a memory we have of his fastest balls and think, fuck, he's bowling quick today? Was he? I know in Test matches he was often sort of 88, and he didn't bowl that quick. And you just want to know that he's got enough. I just want to see it. The first 95 mile an hour ball he bowls, I'll be like, okay, it's there. If he needs it, it's there.
I don't want to see him strain.
No, I don't either.
But the fact he doesn't look like he's working hard and it's going at 88, 89 miles an hour is good.
Well, that's how he bowls, though, isn't he? He's a bit,
There were a few sort of 92, 91 that he was bowling to. But let's come back to the team now, Bear. So, England, in terms of their setup, Phil Slaughter opening with Josh Butler, Will Jackson number 3. What do you reckon?
Well,
is that the correct way to go? What about Bears?
No, I don't know much about Will Jackson. I know more about him having seen him bat a couple of times in the IPL. He hits a long ball. He's a modern T20 player. They smash it about endlessly.
I watched him at the IPL, and I think he's a great number 3. He used to open with Phil Salt, but then again he batted number 3 even at Royal Challenges by Bangalore, where he was playing, because Faf du Plessis and Kohli were the incumbent openers. He actually had a really good series.
I think he had a reasonable good series, didn't he? He hit a big century.
It'll be interesting to see where he bats for Surrey if he gets into the Vitality Blast at any point, because he is always open with Jason Roy. And whether or not the England management will make him bat at 3 for Surrey.
Dom, I can see you're bursting. You want to say something. Go on.
You just butt in, Dom. Don't be so polite, man. Jeez.
I follow the IPL pretty closely. Will Jacks, he had a better series than just an okay series. I mean, I know Glenn Maxwell was going like a busted, only averaging about 5 with the bat across the series, but Jack's managed to keep him out of that side, which is saying something. And I think the other thing about Jax is, even though you wouldn't want him to be your first or second spinner, on some of those West Indies tracks later on in the tournament, if something's going underground and you want a guy to get a couple of dig-out overs in the middle, bowling, off breaks, Will Jax is your guy. Really, I think the competition inside is actually, you wouldn't think this at first glance, but it's actually between Will Jax and Sam Curran. And Sam Curran's not going to bat at 3. But everybody else goes up a spot if Jax has a sit out, right? And then Curran can be your change-up bowler with his left armers, probably bat at 7 above Moeen.
That's a great thought. I like the sort of the direction that you're sort of going in, because again I think Sam Curran is your all-round. Again, if Moeen Ali doesn't have a good few games, Liam Livingstone doesn't have a few games, they can always bank on that second spinner and then go for another seaming all-rounder, so which is a great sort of an asset that England have. I mean, 7 bowlers they can use in this team if you take it. They've used 6 today already. Sorry, back on.
Well, no, it's just great. I mean, that's that. But sometimes I wonder whether, I don't know, like in the last World Cup, Livingstone was poor with a bat, but reasonably good with a ball. And he was there to finish, and he was coming in at 7. I mean, we won the thing anyway. But I mean, he didn't really do a lot in the tournament. He had 1 good innings, I seem to remember.
He got 3 catches in the final. That was his best.
Yeah, well, he got catches. I'm not talking about fielding, but he's in the side. He bowled quite well, I think. In the last World T20.
Really
but I've not seen. Well, he's someone I've not. He's someone who can smash it out of the ground.
Yeah.
I so rarely see him do that, and I've seen him a lot now.
Yeah. I'm fully with you, Bear. I mean, this is unfulfilled talent, isn't it? I mean, he can hit the long ball. I get very excited.
Yeah, but anyone can hit a long ball. It's hitting a long ball consistently over time. That's what makes you a good batsman. Not just be able to do it once in front of the fucking TV cameras, you know what I mean?
I disagree, because, and I know it's not exactly black and white here, but let's say you've got to win, 6, 7 or 8 games to potentially be in a final, right? Probably 6 minimum to get into the final. Well, if Liam Livingstone can win you 2 of those 6 on his own, even if he gets a duck for the other 4, if he's contributing in the field and bowling a couple of dig-out overs, his first pick for mine. You like a player that can win your matches on their own, and Liam Livingstone is one of those.
Yeah, I agree with that. And if he did it in 2 in 6, but I haven't seen him do it 2 in 6.
No, he's more like.
I mean,
1 in
he's
10.
more like 1 in 10, exactly. I'm a 1 in 10. It's like.
Yeah. I see both of your points. See, but the irony is, even in this IPL, he's either, when he's really in peak form, he's injured, or like he doesn't actually play. But his bowling, if you look at it, I mean.
Well, yeah, but I like his bowling. It's reasonable.
I love his bowling because who in the world can bowl like him, like the leggies, and he bowls the googlies so effectively. And if he can get the ball in the right area, he can be as effective as any spinner.
I don't think he bowls a leggy. He bowls a standard offie and a standard leg break and nothing in between.
Yeah, not a lot in between. But the fact that he can do both and with different actions.
But he'll decide on what he's going to bowl depending on whether the guy is left-handed or right-handed.
Well, that's become more and more obvious as the time's gone by.
Because he will bowl the ball to take the ball away from the batsman. Yeah. To the offside.
Every once in a while he does it the other way, but yeah. No, don't get me wrong, Dom. I mean, I guess he's round and abouts in my starting 11. It depends on the balance which you want. I mean, the thing about him and Moeen is that they offer you that extra spinner with reasonable control spinner and the possibility of scoring bloody quick. Both of them.
Yeah,
but they just don't. Neither of them these days are consistent enough.
Let's park that for a minute and come to Chris Jordan. I mean, he has been here for a number of years, and what do you guys think? I mean, do you think he warrants his place? Yeah, I know Ben Stokes is not there, but what about this? What about Sam Curran versus Chris Jordan?
I've always liked Chris Jordan as a
but
T20
he hasn't
bowler.
Performed, has he?
Well,
he hasn't performed. When has he won a game for England more than losing games for England?
Well, he's an outstanding fielder. He can hit a long ball, and he doesn't have to bat very often. But I've seen him hit a few
Sam
sixes.
Curran can do the same.
Yeah, true. But he's quicker. I mean, he's still got genuine pace.
Yeah,
he's still up in the high 80s. He can hit 90.
He bowls a very good Yorker.
Sam Curran's got variations. He brings a different dimension and a left-hander as well in the middle order. We don't have, Moeen Ali, and then that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, the variation. He's another right armer, and he's got pace. But pace is important.
I'd say if you're playing Archer and Woody, we got pace there. So I'd like to see Sam Curran play. What are your thoughts, Dom?
So it depends on the makeup of the side for mine. Like, the way that the sides are going to come out by the end of the tournament are going to be really, really interesting. And I don't just mean the personnel. I mean the weight of batters against bowlers and all-rounders. So I was really intrigued this week to hear that there's talk amongst the Australian camp of picking 8 batters and only 3 specialist bowlers, which I haven't really heard of anything like that before. But they, of course, in their squad have Mitchell Marsh, Cameron Green, and Glenn Maxwell and Marcus Stoinis. All 4 of those could bat in the top 8, and then just pick, either your big 3 of Stark, Hazlewood, Cummins. Now, I know this isn't an Australian stream, but the reason that I bring that up is because, well, will England by the end of the tournament follow that lead? Are they thinking about Livingston and Curran and Moeen, and then just 3 specialist bowlers in what would probably be, I guess, Archer, Rashid, and potentially.
Well, then they perm them as well. They'll give people a break, and they'll have Reece Topley and some. Reece Topley for me is better than Curran, and if you.
Yeah, but
he certainly is at the moment.
If you're
Curran.
looking at Stoinis and Maxwell, they're more batting all-rounders, aren't they? In the same manner, if you look at Chris Jordan and Sam Curran, or like these boys are more of bowling all-rounders. So I think the equation weighs more towards, if you see what I mean, if you're playing Stoinis and Maxwell.
On form at the moment, Jordan is ahead of Curran. Curran has really done nothing, as far as I can see, since the World Cup. T20 World Cup in 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's earned a lot of money in the IPL. I'll give him that.
Yeah, Curran's deck bowling has really fallen away. Whereas I think that Jordan, I know that the IPL is far and away the best league in the world, but Jordan's Big Bash this year, fellas, was exemplary for the Hobart Hurricanes. Bowling at the death, it looked like he got his Yorker back, it looked like his slower balls were going well as well. Curran really, to get in the side, has to be bowling with the new ball, because I don't think he's going to bowl many in the chop outs, and I don't think he's going to bowl much at the death. Whereas Jordan will probably do a little bit of both.
Yeah, Jordan's an old stalwart, and he's still fantastic in the field.
Anyway, I'm going to drop off now because we're due to have a restart.
If I may interrupt you gents, sorry, the game has just begun, believe it or not. And Mark Wood bowls, and Usman really cracks this one outside the off-stump over pitch, gives himself room, and cracks this one towards the deep third-man area for a welcome boundary to begin just after the break.
I thought it was still raining. I thought we were just jabbling on.
So Pakistan moved to 95 for 5. These two looking to take them to a respectable score. What's their lower batting order like, Bear? We don't have that many all-rounders. They're Shaheen Afridi batting next. Or short pitch delivery, jabbed away towards the third man area. And the batters go through for a single to mark the end of over number 11.
Well,
6 for 5.
Yeah, that's the thing about. Well, this is what we were talking earlier about Pakistan. They don't have. They've got potential all-rounders everywhere, but they're all more bowling all-rounders.
But Shaheen Afridi is due to come in next.
I know. Well, exactly.
Mohammad Amir can't bat. Haris
Well, I guess there is a theory in T20. There is a theory in T20. If you need your number 6 to dig you out, your number 7. Oh, in fact, your number 8. What Shaheen Afridi is going to be 8, coming in at 8. Yeah.
I think so.
Then,
no, I'm sorry, we didn't give you a chance to do any of the media spots. Do you have anything there?
That very old-fashioned thinking from Bear, I reckon, that about if your number 6 digs you out. But anyway, I've got some socials here. They're all from Jay Grover. I'll try to chime in a little bit, yeah?
Yeah. Ooh.
And the new over begins. Adil Rashid over pitch, driven to his cow point area. No chance of a run. Batters at the wicket, Iftikhar Ahmed 5 of 2. Usman Khan 21 of 11. Rashid comes in. This one's pitched, driven nicely, fluently by Usman down towards the long on deep in wicket area, and the batters go through for a quick single. Usman 22, and good spell so far, Bear, from Rashid.
Yeah, fantastic. 2 for 9 or 2.2. Be happy with that.
And how are they going to do with the wet ball here, Bear? That's the other thing.
Well, yeah, it's always a pain. I don't know what the rest of the evening holds weather-wise.
Rashid the magician with his tail up, and this one's quicker. That was a googly, or the one that's the
it's googly
into the right hand. That's quicker googly, and Iftikhar on the back foot, watchful, pushes it towards the covers. No chance of a run. Third over ball by Adil Rashid, 2 for 9. Certainly looking penetrating here for England. Has skid the brakes on from the time that he's come on. Adil Rashid bowls. This one's floated on middle and leg and pushed away towards the vacant mid-wicket area, and the batters go through for a single, looking for now run number 2, which is not there. Iftikhar on 6. As we were discussing earlier, they don't have any all-rounders after this, Bear.
No.
Shaheen Afridi due to come in next, so these batters will look to stay on as much as they can. This one's over-pitched, a bit of air outside the off stump, and Usman certainly gives that a little bit of air too, as it sails over the long off area, and the umpires lift their hands up high to the heavens and signal a 6. Iftikhar looking to break free, 98.5.
Oh, Brian is an absolute fucking star. Thank you. He has sent us food and beer, and that.
This one's on the midland leg. Sorry, Bear, and is just pushed away towards the mid-wicket area, and the batters go through for a single at the end of over number 12. 104 for 5. Iftikhar on 6 and Usman on 29. What have you got, Dom?
All Jay Grover in touch with me on the socials. A little while ago he wanted me to do The Voice, so I think he must mean my g'day. This is Don Philp on the mic, not too hard, not too soft, but just right, coming to you for Gorilla FM on a Thursday evening. Jay Grover, my main man, talking about Jofra Archer's ass. He doesn't get out much mind. Sam Curra looks like he tried to twuck at Kia, and Jofra Archer would not be here if Chris Jordan was not. Must be in response to our chat earlier. I'll get over to the YouTube comments in a little while, dear listener. You've got Just Right on the mic on a Thursday evening, Gorilla FM. Back to you, Bennett.
Man, that was classy. Classy.
Livingston. This one so on the leg stump, and he looks to swirl this away on the leg side, not able to get much of a contact, and the wicketkeeper misses that one too, and that is a signal a wide. Livingston wins his second over with a wide. Sorry.
You're a teacher, aren't you, Tom? Is that right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
You teaching exams at the moment?
I am, and I'm also marking for an exam board that I probably am not meant to say on air.
Right. This one's down the leg side, and this one also called a wide. Livingston struggling with his line, and this one's over pitched and hit in the air, but it didn't carry it along on where Chris Jordan was. Didn't get hold of it. Perhaps if he got hold of it, would have gone straight down the throat of long on there. Iftikhar living dangerously, but looking to break free, looking to get the run rate up.
I mean, what do we think is a good score?
A good score. This one's played towards the mid-wicket area, and the batter, sorry Dom, they look for 1 and they settle for 1. 1-1-0 for 5. Go on, Dom.
I don't know if it's a good score or not, but I think Pakistan would absolutely bite your arm off for 160 here now.
Well, I think they should aim for a lot more, but they are struggling here with these two, the recognised batters, and this one short on the back foot, and pulls this one along the ground though towards the deep square leg area, and the batters go through for a single. The singles wouldn't do, Bear. They need a little bit more than that.
Well, they do. I mean, 8.7 gets them what, 175, somewhere around there.
Livingston comes in floated, and he almost yorked himself there as he plays it towards the short mid-wicket area. No fielder there. There's a long ground to cover for the long on field. Livingston instead runs through on his follow through to pick up, giving the opportunity for a second run for the batters. Iftikhar 9 off 7. He's a dangerous player. Usman looking well settled. 32 off 17. The current run rate's 8.76. And Pakistan will want to finish this game off on a high, having lost the one and only game that finished out of the series, the other two being washed off because of bad weather. Quicker delivery, shorter. On the back foot goes Iftikhar. Cuts this powerfully towards the short third man area. Adil Rashid doesn't feel cleanly. However, the batters not able to go for the second run. Just the one. Iftikhar 10 of 8. Usman 32 of 17. At the end of over number 13, Pakistan being put into bat 114 for 5. Dom Phillip, what have you got?
Jay Grover, pretty happy with my FM voice. Thanks very much, Jay. Love it to have your company. Always my main man. This is my first time pretty much ever using YouTube. Yep, the bottom is the most recent. Good to see. Someone's happy to have me on. Someone's happy to have me on the rotor. That's very nice. Who selected Azam Khan? Kirsten should drop him, says Sherry J. Pirate Badshah says, my radio voice reminded me of listening to that test match on SEN a few years back. It jolted me out of my drift towards sleep when I heard an advert for buying alcohol at a chain of petrol stations. That's what I'm here for, Pirate, if that is your real name. Love to hear from you. Stay in touch. Guerrilla Cricket, all one word.
Thank you, Tom. And it's the 14th over being commencing now with Chris Jordan, the premier bowler who's coming to the squad because Ben Stokes not available. Is playing that lower middle order hard-hitting all-rounders role. Overton was earmarked for that, but he was injured, driven towards the extra cover area. The field they had to move around quite a little bit there. Moeen Ali and the batters have enough time to go through for a quick single. So 5 wickets down. The pick of the bowlers certainly being Adil Rashid, 3 overs, 2 for 17. Mark Wood and Jofra Archer had an interesting opening spell. It was lovely to watch them both steaming in with raw pace, and certainly not being playing for a long time. It's a great opportunity for them to get a bit of game time under their belts. Mark Wood 3 overs, 1 for 30, both in the wickets. Jofra Archer 1 for 17. This one's played towards the third man area. That delivery was short, but he gave himself room. Usman cleverly he passes the short third man area, and this is the boundary, a welcome boundary for Usman.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, sorry, if you don't mind, if you're doing a jingle, if you can just give the signal when it's finished and starting as well. Sorry. Can't really pick it up from,
that's fine.
From the thing. I don't want to be rude talking over the jingle.
No, it's fine. If you're talking away from them, I just turn them down. Don't worry about it.
No issues. So Usman, a boundary there. Jordan, a little bit expensive there. His second over is already gone for 15. The most expensive of the bowlers.
Indeed. 119 for 5. I think if England get another wicket, they'll be really happy. Reasonably, if they get one in the next over and a half, 2 overs.
That will open a can of worms for the Pakistani batters. Shortish, a ugly looking hike there by Usman towards the deep mid-wicket area. And the batters go through for a single. Chris Jordan, very experienced, and certainly you could see him going around talking to the bowlers, whispering in the ears of Josh Butler. Always very well thought of by the England camp. Not sure about his performances though, but certainly England banking on him for that lower hard-hitting all-rounder role. And let's see if we can repay the selector's faith. This one's shortish, slower ball on the back foot. Cleverly goes Iftikhar, glides this one delicately past the short third man area, and this is another boundary. 120 for 5.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
Bear's looking rather tired and rather sleepy as well today, Bear. Where have you been?
Oh God, yesterday I went down and had to do some work down on the coast, and I was down on the coast and I came back and I was leaving there really late, and I have to come up the A299, so it's all the way down in Broadstairs. I have to come up all the way to A299 and then the M2 into London. And basically they shut down about 20 miles of the fucking motorway in right at the arse end of Kent, and sent me all the, and I was just shoved off the motorway, and they kept saying, oh, there's loads of diversion signs. No, there's not. It's basically countryside, single track lanes and all this crap. And it was getting dark, and I was like, I have no idea where I was.
It sounds like a familiar story.
Oh, it was hideous. It was hideous.
Yeah, especially because I live in Wales, right?
Oh God,
so
I can imagine.
London. So every time you come back from London, there's one way or the other. If you're coming in late, you're stuck. Familiar story. Shortish delivery on the back for Iftikhar, powerfully cut away towards the deep cover area, and the batters get the single. It's the 14th over. Iftikhar looking to gain some momentum. 16 of 11. Usman looking good. 37 of 19. A good partnership building up here with a steady run rate. Pakistan have 6 more overs to go. The last ball of the 14th over. Iftikhar on 16. Usman on 37. Usman Khan 37 of 19 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. They've lost 5 wickets. Mohammad Rizwan for 23, Baba Azam 36, Usman Khan 37, Fazal Zaman 9. This one shortish again, similar line and length cut similarly. This time straight to Phil Salt, who's feeling in the deep cover area. And the batters go through for a single to mark the end of over number 14. Chris Jordan 2 overs, none for 22. Iftikhar 16 of 11, Usman 38 for 20. Dom Phillip, what have you got?
Not too much on the socials, just a little bit of back and forth about my radio voice. Seems to be the highlight of the night for some dribblers. But I just wanted to chime in, if I could, about that over. Jordan, everything in the middle of the pitch, he's trying to make the most of the deck here. Thinks there's a little bit of tennis ball bounce and two-pacedness. But 2 of them he took the pace off breaks, around about 67, 68, everything up around 87. And what was most interesting about it was at one point, for the last 2 balls that over, Butler had 4 men behind square on the offside. So he had 2 short thirds, a deep third, and a man right on square. Really interesting field and bowling from England.
Sorry, Dom. So this one's a new oval. Liam Livingston floated on midland leg, and Usman Khan looking to hoik this one over the long on area. Results in hitting it right down the throat of one of the better fielders in the world cricket, Chris Jordan, who accepts the ball gleefully in his bucket-like hands for Pakistan to lose their 6th wicket. The batter out, Usman Khan.
That's a
for
good
38 catch. And really great cash by Chris Jordan. I haven't seen him drop.
He doesn't drop much.
Yeah, good anticipation. Low down. He had a great sort of great eye on that. He had it covered. Great cash. He was diving and he timed it meticulously. And Usman Khan is gone for 38.
38 of 21. That's pretty good going, though. Here's a jingle. There you go.
Thank you. So Pakistan find themselves in all kinds of trouble here with the 6th wicket down. And now it's to the bowler Shaheen Shah Afridi, who was the former T20 captain. And he refused to take the vice captaincy this time back.
Well, what does vice captain do? I mean, captain in the T20. Captain in the T20 is quite tenuous. I mean, you basically have a strategy going into T20 and 2 or 3 senior players making decisions. I guess the buck stops with you, but yeah, vice captain.
Yeah.
Let's have a jingle for the man. He sounds like this.
It's always time for Shaheen Afridi. No, not that other guy, and Shaheen. It's always time for Shaheen Afridi. No, not that other guy. Shaheen Afridi. Shaheen Afridi.
Go on.
Thank you. This was a shortish delivery on a good length, and Afridi goes on the back foot. Plays it back to the bowler. For a batter batting at number 8, his stats don't look that great at all. Not even a single score of over 30. As I was saying, a good length delivery and a typical lower order kind of a shot, and an ugly looking agricultural hoik there. No chance of bat on ball at all, and he bowls him comprehensively beaten for ugly looking hoik. Pakistan lose 2 wickets in the space of 3 balls. And in all sorts of trouble. 126 for 7 wickets. Liam Livingston gets his 2nd wicket.
of the great shots from Shaheen Afridi. Second up.
Well, for me, that's why Shaheen Afridi at number 8, and you were saying 6 wickets down or whatever you were saying earlier. Number 8. You shouldn't be expecting to win a game, so it's fair enough. But Shaheen Afridi, you don't really want facing in a T20 more than 12 balls.
He hasn't even had a single over 30 score, man.
No, I mean, he's someone, if he comes in the last 2 overs because you're that far down, he can hit you a couple of sixes, but I wouldn't trust him to do any more than that.
If you think about it, in the English side, we're going to have someone like perhaps Moeen Ali or Liam Livingstone or one of the likes, Chris Jordan, batting at number 8. So, it's a really, this is something for the Pakistan management and selectors to certainly think about. 6.25 is the number 9 average. Naseem Shah, we know he can do a great deal with the ball. Certainly, it's a testing time for him. This was floated nicely and driven without much of a footwork there into the covers, looking very shaky there. And what does he do? Does he defend or does he go for it?
He's got to go for it. There's no point defending. It's fucking T20.
5 wickets left. 5 overs left. Sorry, 5 overs left. What does it do? Overpitched, and it looks very, very uncertain. It's a very comical kind of a batting for an international team, and certainly England with their tail up. This one's floated in the air, driven. His eyes lit up. He drove that, but unfortunately, as far as he could get to Liam Livingstone, great, magnificent over here. Wicket maiden, 2 wickets for Liam Livingstone, and it's certainly a maiden as well. So 3 overs, 2 for 17. We end of over number 15. We're due for a change. Pakistan losing the toss, being invited to bat 126 for 7. Tom, do anything before we pass it on to Jason? And
last one on YouTube from Pirate Badshah. It's always hard for me to read the jokes that I don't understand. Let's see. In deepest, darkest Kent, several cricket commentators disappeared. Coincidentally, locals built a giant wicket man that night. Good one.
Dear oh dear. Where are we going back to Archer? Who's doing commentary?
Me.
CJ.
So Archer's going to return. He's had 1 for 17 off his previous 2 overs. If Iftikhar's going to face, it's going to be a lot on him now to get this score to as much as they can. And a short ball outside off stump. Iftikhar has a flash at it with no footwork, and it sails through to Josh Butler. And he's wondering, is that a wide? Is that wide? No, that's not a wide.
No,
you just didn't use your feet. That 2 wickets in that last over has really made a difference to how I feel this game is going. I thought this was getting away from England before that, and they really needed a wicket. And Jofra, open mouth, comes in, bowls on the stumps, and they drop it into the leg side. Can they get 2? No, they can't. That's just a single.
I think it's the interesting move, Jason, to bring in Archer now, because they're looking for the wickets now.
Possibly. I think they will finish with 2 overs from Jordan. I don't know who's going to bowl, and they might bowl 1 over for Archer and then have an over of Wood.
They might keep Jordan away because he's been quite expensive. That's what I feel.
Are they going to
Archer and Wood?
Anyway, Archer's in again. That's just dribbled into the offside. Quite well timed off the back foot, but straight to the fielder, and it's just a walked single for Iftikhar.
It'll be interesting to see how they do this bowling thing, Jason, because Liam Livingstone's got 1 more and plenty of bowling to go around because 6 bowlers used.
They could gamble with using Livingstone against a lower order batsman, but I would probably think they're going to go with the fast bowlers at this point.
They wouldn't take Liam Livingstone off a double wicket maiden, I guess.
That's meant to be the inducker. That doesn't move in very much. It's a big heave across the line by Iftikhar, and it dribbles out to long on, and they walk another single. It's 129 for 7. It's all about making the most of their opportunities now. I don't think they're expecting to get more than about 150 now off the 155.
No. Well, yeah, I think they'd like to get 160 if they could still.
Yeah, I think Iftika is the key. If the others can rotate the strike and give him the strike, because
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think the others are not capable.
Usman's 38 off 21 was a real injection of pace into the
Yeah.
scoring. That really changed the play a little bit. It's a short ball from Archer. That's well played by Naseem, and he scampers through single. There's a shot that's done by Rashid. It hits the stumps or hits the man and goes off in an odd direction, but they're not taking any more. That's really well got over by Naseem. He did very well to get on top of the ball and knock it down close to his body there.
Yeah, he looks quite quick, doesn't he, Archer?
Yes.
Yeah. He looks well rested, certainly.
Yeah, certainly well rested. He looks pretty rapid.
Getting a good, nice pay packet as well whilst being off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another short ball. Is that too short? Butler makes a mess of the catch behind the stumps above his head. It is a wide. That's a wide and extra. I did wonder whether that was going to be a bit too short. It did seem to balloon off the pitch.
90 miles an hour there for Archer. Certainly.
It's definitely. It did swing a little bit after it passed the batsman, so I may be doing Butler a little bit of a disservice there.
It was well short. I don't know what he's questioning why that's going another wide. It's about 2 feet over the batsman.
That's a better ball by Archer. That's angling in at the stumps, but it's played nicely off the back foot down to that man at square man on the boundary. Still Salt. That's the end of the over. That's 133 for 7. Iftikar's on 18, and Naseem has nicked the strike with 3 off 6.
It's not what I need. Oh, it's me doing socials.
You're doing socials, I do believe.
It's interesting, Bear, to see and Jason, to see that Gary Kirsten has been roped in as a mentor for this tournament. What can he bring in to the party?
For the England side, I was more interested in the fact that we'd roped in Kieran Pollard as a man of the West Indian experience for the World Cup. Apparently he's had a lot of input already. Anyway, it's Rashid to continue. Well, he was 2 for 17 off 3 overs. Bowling to Naseem. Would he Google him? Nope, that's on leg stump, and that's just worked out into the leg side by square leg. Slightly offline there by Rashid. Didn't think he wanted to angle it quite so far down the leg side there. But I think surely Naseem must be a candidate for a googly in this if he gets a chance in this over.
Naseem can hit a long ball.
And that's straight and full and quite fast, and that's worked into the mid-wicket area. But the man on the boundary is in quickly. That's Phil Salt, the ubiquitous Phil Salt. Seems to be everywhere the ball's going.
Yeah, it's true.
Who's in quickly, and bullets a throw into Butler to stop the second. Rashid again. That's the googly, and he's got away with it. Naseem, he did try to have a big mow at that, and he's just managed to get a bottom edge on it and just scribbled into the leg side off his boot for no run. I almost called that. I nearly called that.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed he missed it. It's 135 for 7 Pakistan. 3 balls left in the over. Rashid, that's a short ball. He's seen him coming, but he's managed to get enough of the bat on that. That's over mid-wicket, down to Salt again.
That's a compliment, isn't it? He's the best fielder on the park for England, or one of the best if he's out where the ball's always going.
Well, yeah, it's interesting that Johnny Bairstow is now patrolling in sort of the covers rather than out on the boundary where he used to be all the time. Another ball on the leg stumps by Rashid. There seems to be a definite plan there to bowl it into the legs and try and restrict them to knock it into the wide areas on the leg side for 1, which is what they did in that occasion. Iftikhar goes to 20, and Rashid's 2 for 21. Can he finish with a wicket? That's with his last ball.
Well, possibly. Bowlers in the seam.
Here we go. It's floated up, and Naseem has launched that. That's gone many a mile into the ground, out of the ground, into the crowd for one of these.
Oh. Yeah, one of those.
Uno, dos, tres. 4, 5, 6. That was just set
nice
on a
to
plate,
wasn't
really. You didn't have to make any footwork for that one. Just bowled into the arc, and Naseem was just gone. Thank you very much. I'll take that to downtown, and that'll be the end of that. Bear, that's the end of the over.
There's nothing on social.
That was, I mean, this boy can hit the long ball as in modern days cricket. So I think sensible cricket here from the Pakistanis could take them into a respectable score.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that was a brilliant decision by Rashid to pitch it up quite so much. If you're going to do that outside off stump, so he's hitting slightly across the line, but to yank it to the leg side.
It was high as well, wasn't it? He did really, really high ball.
Anyway, Jordan's going to bowl the 18th over, and I expect he's going to bowl 18 and 20. I wonder who's going to bowl 19. Will it be Archer or will it be Wood?
Interesting.
What do you think of Jordan bowling at this time, Jason?
Well, he's the man with most experience bowling at this time, so I think that's fair enough. If England are going to progress in the World Cup, someone's going to bowl these death overs, and he's the most experienced.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's in the team as well, isn't he? More than the performance in the domestic. I think he's done really with the bat, but it's more the experience that he brings in.
Right, here he comes into bowl. That's slightly short of a length, and that's muscled out to long on. A different fielder for a change. I think is that Harry Brook?
Yeah, I haven't seen Harry Brook actually.
And Martin Saggers has a word with Iftikhar.
Running on the track, no doubt.
Whilst Moeen has a word with Chris Jordan, saying, "Don't do that again," or probably just do better, do harder, bowl harder. Jordan, and that's on the stumps. That's a perfect recovery ball. Not really much anything the team can do with that one, apart from just knock it straight back to Jordan, who's never going to misfield that.
Quicker one, wasn't it, Jason? 86 miles per hour. That last ball was.
That's pretty much on Jordan's top rating at the moment. I have seen him bowl quicker, but not very often. But yeah, I think definitely targeting the stumps to Naseem. Not sure what he'll do to Iftikhar. He might bowl it just slightly short of a length for him when he gets a chance. Again, that's at the stumps. That's gone over the top off the middle, whilst Naseem tries to waft at it away down to third man, but he doesn't get a contact.
That was a typical tail ender kind of a shot, wasn't it, Jason? Giving him looked really ugly.
And now he's getting a talking to by Iftikhar, saying, "What are you doing? Get at the bat on the ball. Get me down that end. I'm on 21."
Yeah, he's off 17. He's not exactly going along like a train, is he?
Yeah.
This is an area of concern for Pakistan. I think they'll really need to look
Jordan,
at bringing in
what's he going to bowl this time? Oh, that's going to be a wide, I think. That's wide of the off stump. That's ooh. I always thought that was a wide. I thought that went over the guidelines. And Naseem doesn't appear to be impressed. I'm not sure I would be impressed. We're going to have the replay.
No,
that's really close to the guideline.
He didn't do himself any favours there by going right the way across.
It's only guide. If you think about it, he's just moving as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I think that would have gone against the batter, I think.
So we have a big swing at this one now, and it's off just short of a length, uncontrolled by Naseem. Didn't really get anything on it. He just flobbed out into the leg side. Butler can't get it to catch, and they just get an easy single. That's well bowled by Jordan, and he's got it off the top of the splice, possibly even the gloves. It's just ballooned up into the leg side, but there's no one close enough to catch it.
Yeah.
And no, this over at least, Jordan has had the wood on the two batsmen.
He has just the 2 runs off the 5 balls. A great over by Chris Jordan.
I've now, of course, commentator cursed him. This is going to go over the boundary.
Well, if the car wanted to be on strike.
It's a short ball. Iftikhar's heaved at that. That's gone high in the air. Is it far enough?
No.
No. It's caught easily by Harry Brook. And that's the end of Iftikhar. Jordan has done the 3-card trick. It's the pressure from the previous 5 balls. And Iftikhar is out at Pakistan are 145 for 8 at 18 overs.
The crowd says, you're out.
Slightly slower ball, wasn't it? Gave it a little bit, held it back a bit, and little tweak with the fingers.
He got the height, but he didn't really get the distance, did he? I mean, that was
a wedge.
Yeah, I mean, the last
not a driver.
That Pakistan had for any respectability there.
He wasn't getting enough of the strike though, was he?
Exactly.
That's the problem when you've got a tail ender and he doesn't connect with the ball. Suddenly you can lose 3 balls in a T20. Losing 3 balls and the death is like, ugh.
And that's the experience of Jordan. His first 2 overs are poor by his standards, I imagine, but he's come back well in that over.
Just 2 runs and a wicket on bowling the 17th over, which is really good going. 18th over, I mean.
Now, who gets to bowl the 19th then? Woody or
Livingston?
No. No.
It is going to be eventually. Oh, Jordan's having a bit of words about whoever it's going to be bowling. And Josh is having arms and legs everywhere, gesticulating. It's going to be Mark Wood.
Woody.
So Jofra, unless he bowls the 20th, he's not going to bowl out.
They're most likely to bowl the 20th, won't they, Archer?
I don't think so. After that over from Jordan, I think he will get another one.
Oh, George's got
anyway,
one more,
Wood coming in, and that's just over the top of off stump again. Nassim lays back and gives it the big heave, trying to get it over the offside. Doesn't contact it.
But having said that, I mean, Livingston got a double wicket made and he was taken off. He was wondering, skipper, what's going on? I got a double wicket made. What more can I get? Can I have another over?
No, he's a hard taskmaster, Josh Butler. His bright blue eyes are very determined. And here comes Wood galloping in. And it's a short ball, and he's following the batsman who's moved across to the leg side. Can't get anything on it. That's the one for the over, so we won't be able to do that again.
He flapped at that. He didn't know what was going on, did he?
Well, he was doing the Ian Botham no look hook.
Very late on it.
I'm sure Nassim Shah is remembering all this for later on.
Yeah.
Should he get the opportunity to bowl at Mark Wood?
I mean, he's an unlucky kid though, wasn't he? He came on a block as a 16-year-old, wasn't it?
He was 16 when he came into the test side.
He came over here, didn't he? He played his first test here.
Wood in again. That's again on the offside. Oh, that's just over the top of Jordan, I think, and that's 1 bounce, 2 bounce into the boundary at long off for 4.
That's pretty well timed.
It's Nissan She. It's Nissan She.
I think with the kind of pace that this boy has, it's just a matter of getting bat on ball, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, I mean, Jordan did his best, and even he's super fielder that he is, couldn't quite get 18 feet in the air for that. But he wasn't that far away. Right, what will Wood come back with? It's a short ball. There's a surprise. It's gone up in the air, and Butler's going to catch that nice and easy.
Did he hear that?
Yes, he did, off his glove.
Off the glove. He was 90 miles an hour. It's a quick ball, and the seam was just too slow on that to get his bat round in time to put it somewhere out of danger. So Wood gets a wicket. Pakistan are 9 down.
We'll have a jingle. Oh yeah, cool. We've got a big fat outside edge, in fact.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
And that must bring in who's the number 11?
Haris Ralph.
Haris Ralph, of course. The last of the quintet of fast bowlers.
Yeah. And he sounds like this.
Haris Ralph's bowling.
but he's not bowling, he's batting. And he needs to bat another 8 balls.
Remaining, Jason. 8 balls, yeah.
Will we get the whole 8 balls? Let's find out. Wood's in, and that's on the stumps, on leg stump. Ralph is tucked up, gets a bat on it, but can't do anything other than knock it straight back to Wood.
Yeah, I don't know. How much time did we lose?
I think we haven't lost. We only lost about 15 minutes, I think. So I think we're going to have plenty of. We're going to play a full game.
Yeah, I think so. Hattie the Batty has given us £3. Thank you very much, Hattie. She sends a love heart and what's that? A big thumbs up. A strange little bird popping around in the corner.
Wood in. That's short, but Ralph gives that the big broadsword swash. He bludgeons it up to mid off, and then run a quick single.
How old's Wood now? 39? 38?
How's who?
I mean Jordan, is what I meant.
36?
Oh, is he only 36? I thought he was older than that.
Well, he started for Surrey when he was like 16, 17.
Yeah, well, he came over to go to Dulwich College, didn't he?
He did. He was
from Barbados, isn't he? I mean, I think
having been formerly been in a school with Rihanna.
He's the one that kind of he's the one that sort of instigated Joffra's move as well, isn't he? It's like
he did.
Supposedly.
During his time at Sussex, he persuaded him to come over as well.
Can you imagine that Archer didn't even get picked up in the West Indies under 19 squad or whatever, which really made him consider committing?
Anyway, the last over is going to be by Archer. And the first ball is 89 miles an hour, outside off stump. Harris has a big yahoo at it, doesn't connect, and it goes peacefully through to Josh Butler.
Yeah, they've really slowed down as well, haven't they?
I think Butler has a bit of a plan, isn't it, with the bowling? It's not like whoever who's bowling better or what. He's got certain people earmarked for. I mean, Jordan had a great over last time, but
that's a slower ball, and that's toe-ended by Ralph. Goes down to third man. Will they get 2? They should get 2. Yes, they do get 2. A quick sprint for Harris, and also for Livingston on the boundary, who come in quickly and shy. So 4 balls
really
left.
Be happy with their bowling performance, won't they? It's come
pretty good. 152.
I think they'll be happy from over 5 onwards. I'm not sure they'll be happy with the first 5 or 6 overs.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. I mean, you have to accept sometimes the other team get off to start. Yeah, you don't want it to be like that. I don't think they bowl badly. Maybe a couple of over-pitch deliveries. You can analyse it a bit too much, I think.
Archer, that's on the stumps, and that's absolutely mashed by Harris. Straight, just past the batsman at the far end. Long on, can't get round to it, and it's one of these.
1, 3,
Cleared the front leg and gave it a heave.
Yeah. Good shot, nothing to lose at this point. May as well go for it. Archer, that's a short ball, that's the response. You're not going to drive that. And now he's asking for the wide on the no ball, and he's going to get the one for the over instead.
That's 90 miles per hour as well. He's certainly picking up on the pace.
Yeah.
He certainly looks in good rhythm, Archer. It doesn't look like there's any effort at all in bowling at 90 miles an hour.
Which is a good sign, because that's what he always used to be like.
Yeah, the question is how will he recover the next day. Archer in again. That's cut in the air down to third man, but it doesn't reach him. And but Harris is going to get run out by a country mile. Good work by Livingston there, coming in quickly, and a bullet throw to Butler. And Pakistan waste 2 balls, but finish on 156, 157 all out, I think.
Yeah, you never know with Sky.
He called me for a single and my stump shattered. Do don't run, do don't run.
Excellent throw, piece of fielding by
Oh, he's
Livingston.
miles out, wasn't he?
It's crazy.
Yes, 157 all out in 19.5 overs, and the batsmen are rushing off to get their gear on, ready for resumption in about 10-15 minutes time. I don't think there'll be a shortened interval. I think they'll still have the full interval.
It's like 10 minutes anyway, isn't it? They can't be longer than 10 minutes.
15, I think
Oh
it is
my
officially in the playing regulations, but
For crying out loud.
it might give us just enough time to eat the burgers.
Ah, cool, excellent. The Jersey Dinger says, took my bat into school for field day. A couple of baseball kids had some fun. He's got a video of one of them smashing it out of the park. Jay says, Joss Butler's bright blue eyes reflect where his skin suits lie. Fear of the abyss is the only authority he needs. Lovely. And on that note, we're going to go and eat some burgers. I've done the entire 20 overs. And thanks, Tone. You got me in for the first 5 overs of the next one. And then on the last 2 sessions as well.
Yeah, well, he wasn't expecting, to be fair, Dom to be in here to help you out.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
When he did do the rotor.
He always says that. It's always an excuse. Right, I'm going to play you a bit of a podcast. Probably won't get far into it. It's the one I did the other day with the Bish and Galgi Rout. And it was good. See you shortly.
ICC World Cup cricket is coming to Barbados, and there's nothing quite like experiencing glorious cricket mixed with endless sun, sea and sand. Visit Barbados, proud sponsors of Cricket on Sports Social.
Want the recipe for feel-good fitness? Start with up to £400 of selected Peloton Bike Plus and tread purchases. Mix in an uplifting run on the tread, or a swirl of your bike's wheels. Perk up with hip-hop yoga, then cool it with a soothing meditation class. And enjoy. Find your feel-good. Get up to £400 off selected Peloton Bike Plus and tread purchases.
Offer ends 4th of June. Internet connection and Peloton all-access membership at £39 a month required to access Peloton content. Terms apply. See onepeloton.co.uk.
The Bishop and the Bear, the Bishop and the Bear, and to the delight of everyone, they are here to share jokes and rants and guests and things. Who knows what any fun they'll bring?
Not affiliated with the Mad Bishop and Bear pub at Paddington Station.
The Bishop and the Bear, bats beyond compare, buckets of savoir-faire. The Bishop and the Bear.
Well, hello, welcome back again to the Bishop and Bear. Gosh, exciting times. We've just come out of the IPL. We're just about to go into the World T20s. And then it won't be long for Test matches in the summer around the corner. What a time. What a time to be alive.
We had some decent weather to go with it though, eh, Tone? Jesus.
Well, it's not great as we look out the pub window, it's got to be said. However, there may not be sunshine here. There is sunshine on the smile of our guest today, because it is presenter and writer for Rev Sports. We used to work together writing for One Cricket when I was moonlighting away from Gorilla from time to time. It is the fabulous Gargi Rout. Hello Gargi, welcome to the Bishop and Bear.
Hi, thank you for having me. I was quite surprised when you messaged me and said that you'd like to have me on a podcast. I was always waiting for this, that first this is my first podcast.
This is your first one?
First podcast?
Yes.
Oh dear. But you're always presenting them though. Whenever I've seen you, you're in front of the camera, introducing, interviewing, chatting to other people, you see.
But it's always me who's asking the questions.
Oh,
Don't ask me any questions.
today Vival asks the questions, so you're going to be in trouble. Yeah. But we'll see how well, the most important question for now is, what do you fancy to drink?
Let's get a gin and tonic.
Nice.
Gin and tonic. You, and I'll tell you who else always has a gin and tonic. It's our friend Anindo Dutta, author of Wizards, The History of Indian Spin Bowling, and a bunch of other things. So I think you possibly know. I know you've come across each other on various occasions. He always goes for a gin and tonic as well. Right. Well, let's sort of start chatting. I mean, I guess the first thing, we just want to know a little bit about you, because you used to play as well. You're a player as well as a broadcaster, aren't you? Have been.
Yeah. So I've played quite a lot of sports. I started with tennis, I believe, and then I went into badminton. I did a little bit of football, then table tennis, and rifle shooting as well. So I've
Wow.
done quite a few. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I played so many sports, but I was always, never in class, always on the field. So that's what I did in school mostly. And then I always loved playing cricket, in India, because cricket is such a, I don't know, it should be the national sport at this point, but every summer, every day, you'll find kids on random streets playing just cricket, nothing else. Any other sport I think would be very hard to find, very rare to find, but it's always cricket. And I used to play a lot with my cousins from the boys in my society and everything. So my mother at this point, I think I was in 8th or 9th grade, and my mother was forcing me to join a professional club, and I did not want to, because back then there wasn't much women's cricket in India, and I honestly did not even know who the players were. So at that point my mother practically forced me into joining a professional club, and I did. After thanks to my mother, I'm now doing this, because if she hadn't, I wouldn't even be here. So I joined the club, and then I was good at it. I was surprisingly good at it. It wasn't surprising for me, it was surprising to the coaches. And when I started playing, I thought, well, this is going well. In the first 6 months, I made it to the state camp, the summer camp that they used to have. They used to have trials and everything. So I made it there, and it went super well. So I'm so sorry, there's an annoying drill sound because the house next to mine is getting something done. So.
That's right. The noise of the burble of conversation and general clinking of glasses in the Bishop and Bear will drown that out. Don't you worry.
Someone is in the bar with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
But anyway, where was I going with this?
You were talking about your cricket background.
Oh, right.
So we want to know: are you batsman or bowler? Batter. Oh Lord, get it right. Batter, bowler. What are you? What's your specialism? Batting all rounder.
Cool.
So I started and I did really well. Then I started playing for my state, and I was always someone who used to love reading and writing. I have a huge collection of books, so this is something I was always interested in. And while I was playing, I would also freelance for a few sports websites, and I would write about cricket. And after that, I had a horrible back injury. Then lockdown happened, so I was out of the sport for a year anyways. And suddenly it dawned on me, what am I doing sitting at home doing nothing, being a burden on my parents? And at that point, I just thought, I need to move. I need to do something. So I went on this manic spree on LinkedIn and started applying for any job that I could find. Sports writer, sports content writer, anything. And then I landed a job with One Cricket. So I started writing for them. And then I told them, well, you know what? I love writing, but I want to be in front of the camera. So they told me, you know what? Okay, go on YouTube, do whatever you want. And then that led to me joining India Today, which is like one of the biggest media houses.
Yeah, no, we know that.
Yeah. So I did some, I was there for quite some time, but then it was really monotonous because I wanted to be on the field and not on the studio, not in the studio. So I called up Boria Mujumdar, and he's a wonderful person and who really believes in, sports journalism being something that has to be done on the field and not from the studio. So he really I believed in his vision, and his vision was also my vision actually, because that's what I thought as well. I needed to be on the ground. I needed to cover cricket, cover any other sport from the ground. So I joined Boria, Rev Sports. I joined Rev Sports, and it's been going really well since then.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've looked at Rev Sports, so let's kind of have a chat about, well, the first thing I suppose to cover to talk about. Day before yesterday, a bit of a funny old final in the end for the IPL, wasn't it? It wasn't the big finish that everyone would have wanted. Lord.
When there's a Pat Cummins in the team, you always want something to happen. Not what happened. That's not at all what I was expecting at all. In the pre-show that I did, I was anchoring the pre-show, and I said, let this final be a good one, because this IPL season has been really boring. and it's been boring because I'm an RCB fan, and RCB never seems to make it to.
Well, that means every season's boring because that's. Let's be fair there, Gargi. Come on.
Well, they had a good run at the end, didn't they? I mean, it all got a little bit exciting for a little while, and then it all went apart again.
You know what? I would have preferred if they hadn't done well, because they just take your hopes up like this, and then boom, you're heartbroken for, I don't know, the 17th year in a row. So that's bad. But I thought, come on, Pat Cummins, do something. Do your magic. Do something. Come on. But then, that was such a disappointment, wasn't it? That final.
Well, it was kind of weird. I mean, one of the stats going into it that I noticed was, I think the Knight Riders bowling attack had taken like 43, 44 wickets in the 5 games leading up to that, which was itself a record for the number of wickets in a 5-game stint. I think the consecutive 5 games in the IPL. So they were clearly on hot form. The other thing that I thought was really interesting, talk about Cherchez la femme, Mitchell Starc being so incredibly expensive. And I need to...
Now we're back. Alright, Dom. Alright, Ryan.
There, how you getting on, mate?
I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm hoping that England chases down mighty quick.
Tell us about your food, mate. What did you have?
I think it was a chicken burger that had a hash brown in it, I think. It's quite tasty. And some beer, which is always, we're always grateful for the beer.
Where I'm from, we call that one a tower burger, I think.
Well, yeah, something similar to that. But it was Morley's, it wasn't KFC.
Yeah, made famous by the Colonel. I don't know if... I assume we're allowed to say...
yeah, this is the internet. It's the Wild West, mate.
Exactly right. Luckily, I've got nothing to plug. So, I think I'm doing the ball-by-ball stuff. So, I guess I better walk you through, dear listener, if you're joining us. Instead of the lovely folks over on Sky or the BBC or myriad other options this evening. After winning the toss earlier today, Joss Buttler, old sexy eyes, as Jay Grover calls him, he elected to have a bowl, sent Pakistan in. Pakistan were bowled out in the last over for 157, which means England now, in about 2 seconds, according to the Titantron at the Oval, will require 158 for victory. I'm joined by the boss, Bear, who's here doing some summaries, and Rayan, who's here on the socials for us for the next 5 overs. Of course, I'm just right on the mic. Rayan, how's your evening going? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Do you reckon this will swing a little bit for Shaheen first up?
For Shaheen, yeah, of course. That's the only way for Pakistan's match victory.
First delivery is full, and it does tail in a little bit from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Phil Salt, he manages to dig that one out towards covers, and then England are up and running with a single.
Let me play some jingles. We got some quickies here.
Pryor ain't no loss, 'cause we found someone Sutler. Okay, he can't spell Joss, but he also can't spell Butler. Joss Butler. Just because.
And Phil Salt.
Get up on there. So salt, yeah, Phil is here. Want you to push it good into the offside.
Over to you, Dom.
Shaheen Shah Afridi left arm over this one, tails in straight at the thigh guard of Joss Buttler. A little bit of a mix-up, and we might get a buzzer.
We do.
One leg by on the overthrow, and England double their score, 2 without loss after 2 deliveries, 2 begin duckers from Shaheen Shah Afridi. I wish that I followed the Pakistan T20 League as close as I follow the IPL. I know that Shaheen is the captain of one of the franchises there. Would it be something along the lines of Peshawar? Yes, I think that might be right. I think Shaheen might be the captain of that. Here he is for the 3rd delivery of the over. It's full, and Phil Salt aims a drive at it. It comes off the inside half of the bat out to mid-wicket, and they will take a short single, 3 without loss. So, no, you would say, prodigious swing from Shaheen. They're all just going with the arm, as all left-armers would in any type of conditions. But he's given the ball every single chance, pitching everything up. Salt on the drive, who is coming off an incredible IPL himself for the champions, the Kolkata Knight Riders. I think he made 5 consecutive scores of 40 plus in his time over there. Here's Shaheen again, left arm over, short edge, and it's gone wide of the slip, all the way down to deep third for the first one of these of the evening.
2 plus 2 is our man.
It was short of a length, it was wide outside off stump, and Butler just hung his big kookaburra out there, and it was a thick edge, and the diving slip had absolutely no chance. It goes like a tracer bullet, 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, 4. How does Shaheen come back from that one? Is the first one that he pulled the length back slightly. Does he go back to that fuller length? Does he try to find Butler's front pad? Here he is, the captain, standing over that medium-high back lift, and it's whipped off the pads. He absolutely puts the willow through that one. Luckily, there's a man at deep backward square, mopping up to keep it as a single. 5 deliveries gone. England in pursuit of 158 for victory. They are 8 without loss. Anything for me, Ryan, early on? Where do you think Shaheen might get the wicket? What do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe in bold. Swing in front. Charles or Butler trying to, score him for 6 over a long on a long off. Misses the ball and hits the middle stump.
Second man comes into the cordon for Phil Salt, last ball of the over. Here's Shaheen, it's on a leg stump line, he's going to have to re-bowl that one. I think that'll be a wide, and it's judged so by the umpire at the standing end. Shaheen up at about 85 miles an hour all throughout this over, hasn't changed the pace at all, and nor would he. He's trying to stand that seam up and trying to get the ball tail back in. But that one started at 2 straight, and he's going to have to re-bowl it. 9 without loss here at the Oval under leaden skies.
Yeah, very leaden skies.
Yeah. I think Haris Rauf is more suited for this pitch rather than Naseem Shah or Shaheen Shah Freddy. Hit the dead hard.
I'll ask you at the end of the over about Haris Rauf. Here's Shaheen to finish, driven firmly to the wide of mid-on. Oh, great piece of fielding, actually. Full dive, one-handed by, I think that was Barber. No, it's not. It's...
That's Haris Rauf, isn't it?
Haris Rauf, of course, at mid-on. I'm not as good on the Pakistani players as I should be, dear listener. Apologies for that. But after 1 over, England 10 without loss. Well counted, Phil Salt at the end of the over. Rayan, anything on the socials, or tell me a bit about Haris Rauf?
Yeah, George McPherson says Yorkshire won't be 8 wickets with 50 birds remaining in YouTube. Nice way to spend a rainy evening in Coventry with GC. Hattie the Batty says.
Well, thank you very much, Hattie.
Thank you for your company.
Haris Rauf. Oh, Naseem Shah is coming to the attack, not Haris Rauf. I think they are still in search of the swing. Haris Rauf back into the team after a break, so he wasn't part of the team when Pakistan toured Ireland. So Haris Rauf is back in the team right now. So they are, we don't know whether he's been the playing 11 from the first match itself or not. Let's see.
Naseem Shah will be to bowl the second over here. England 10 without loss. There's 2 slips waiting, and this is laced through the covers. Shot by Phil Salt on the cover drive, on the up. Don't chase those ones. That's 4.
It's Nissan She. It's Nissan She.
Welcome to South London, Naseem Shah. He just pitched it up. It hasn't moved, and Salt is in good nick after the IPL. Waited on it, just leaned on it, and it has gone with perpetual motion down the hill all the way to the Toblerone. It's interesting about Haris Rauf, actually, Ray, and I'll get your thoughts in 1 second, because I know that for the 50-over World Cup, I don't think... Naseem Shah wasn't fit, and then Pakistan went to Australia for the Test Series. Here is Naseem Shah. This one's covered up in defence of an off-stump line, no run. And when Pakistan went to Australia for the Test Series, Haris Rauf made himself unselectable, didn't he? He chose to play for the Melbourne Stars instead. And there was a strange story about how he was bowling at Pakistan in the nets at Melbourne, but wasn't available for selection for the Test team. Do you have any more info on that one, Ray?
He made himself unavailable because he told that he was not fit enough to bowl in the Test. That made the Pakistani selection committee angry, and they dropped himself straight away.
That's not like them. Here's Naseem Shah, short and length, and he aims a pull, and it's an appeal from behind, but it's not out. No contact on that one. 88 miles an hour. And if Pakistan, I think, after these first couple of overs where they're going to pitch the ball up and get it swinging. I think if they are going to have any success, it's going to be from that middle part of the wicket. I know Chris Jordan had one expensive over, but he looked to pick of the English bowlers for me earlier on, and it was all pace off or full pace in the middle of the deck.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see. What do you reckon, Bear?
I think you're right. I think as soon as the ball gets 4 or 5 overs old, it'll be, and it gives you more control as well, because it means most of the time they're going to try and hit it square, and there's usually a fielder out there, and you can keep the 4s out and the dots in, and all the 1s basically.
Next delivery of the over is going to be a boundary through the leg side. One bounce into the Toblerone. Phil Salt stood up, torn his toes, and gave it the old whip around the corner, just in front of square, actually. One bounce into the rope.
Yeah, faster it comes to the bat, faster it goes to the boundary.
Yeah. It's in his area, isn't it? He's clipped it off his legs.
I am superstitious, and I hate to be the man that puts the mocker on, but gee, he looks in good touch early to Salt. Here's Naseem Shah, Salt down the track, and he's beaten outside off stump, looking to drive over the top. The score remains 18 without loss. Geez, I thought I did him there.
I thought it moved quite a bit after it went past the bat. I thought he maybe edged it.
And part of the problem is, I'm here up in Walthamstow doing it via Zoom, if you haven't figured it out, dear listener. So I've got no sound effects at all, right? So essentially, I'm going on what the keeper does. And Azam Khan, behind the stumps, he throws every single ball up in the air like he's caught it. If you are watching and listening to me, just have a look at what Khan does the next time one goes through to him. He throws every single one up like it's a chance. Here is Naseem Shah, right arm over. He's up to the umpire now. This one's short and length, driven on the up, and it's gone straight to the man at point. It's going to be a dot to finish the over. After 2, England in pursuit of 158th victory. They are 18 without loss. Rayan, what do you got for us?
George McPherson asked, what's the deal method score for England?
Don't think it's going to go down to DL, George. I think they get the full 20 overs. They were only off for about 15 minutes. I don't think any overs have been lost.
Yeah. And so, we need to finish at least minimum of 5 overs for the DL method to come in, right?
That's correct. So minimum of 5 overs in reply for England will be required, but at the moment looks like it's staying dry.
Yes, I think last 2 over Naseem Shah improvised good. So after the 2 balls he didn't get a swing. He just pulled back the length and started bowling off trackers.
It will be Shaheen Shah Afridi, left arm bowling to captain Jos Buttler. Shaheen with his copper hair, this one's short and length, knocked out into the offside. No, says Joss. It'll be no run. 18 without loss. It's got the hairdo on him like some sort of red squirrel from North America to Shaheen Shah Afridi. It's got that lovely dusting of the copper through it. I'm sure he's visited one of South London's finest barbers to have that done, just so. There, you ever have a little copper tinge through the old barnet, mate?
No, it's grey, Dom. It's grey. I need a bloody haircut is what I need.
This one's off the pad and a nice athletic piece of wicket keeping by Azam Khan, and he does toss this one, but it's a shite stumps at the non-striker's end as Butler gets through for a quick leg bye. Great piece of fielding from, dare I say it, the big man. 19 without loss, brings Salt back up on strike.
Yeah, he got across pretty well there for a big lad.
Yeah, he has a low base, doesn't he? Powerful legs, obviously, and goalkeeper style is able to push off that right leg or the left leg. Trendy for a big man as well. Fairly baby faced. A couple of earrings in. This is Azam Khan I'm talking about. Here's Phil Salt, left arm sleeve on him, tattooed. Here's Shaheen, bowling to him, aims a pull at it, no contact, and Azam Khan throws it up like it's a chance. 2.3 overs gone, England 19 without loss. After winning the toss earlier on today, electing to bowl and bowling Pakistan out for 157. If you are listening, dear listener, we would... Yeah, mate, go on.
Yeah, I think Pakistan are doing a decent job right now. So they're not leaking some easy boundaries. They held back the length.
The important number at the moment is in the wickets column. Run rate required climbing slowly.
Yeah.
But plenty in the shed. This one's outside leg stump, and Phil Salt turns it around. He'll take at least one. And one it will stay to the man at long leg. 20 without loss after 2.4. Still another 138 required for an England victory.
But if they don't leak any boundaries, it will create pressure among the English batsmen, and which leads to wickets, right?
Yeah, penny and penny make many, Rayan. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
As my old granny never used to say. Penny and penny make many. Bear, you know that.
No, I've never heard that saying at all.
Oh, Butler gets a big edge on that one, and it goes down to deep third on the bounce. It'll just be another single. So, riding his luck a little bit is Joss to Shaheen. You can see him moving around in his crease. That time he went outside leg stump, and he's trying to turn it through the leg side into wide open spaces. Like, I was going to make a joke, but I won't. Into wide open spaces, but big leading edge down to third for a single. Ball's not doing a lot there, is it, early on?
No, it did in the first. There was a bit of swing in the first over, wasn't there? But that's about it, really. It is not doing bugger all.
Phil Salt stands over his bat, 12 off 11. Shaheen bowls down leg side, and that's going to be 5 wides, dear listener. Azam Khan, athletic as he may be for a big man, is unable to get anything on that. No keeper in the world would have. England, one of his freebies up to 26 for none. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's okay. Everything's okay, Tom. That was a horrible
in the last
ball.
ball, right?
Sorry?
It swings a bit. He found the swing in the last ball. It swings a bit.
Yeah, but he started too straight. That's why it swung, isn't it? And he started too straight and it swung down the leg side. That's no good.
Swung all the way to fine leg boundary there, Ryan, unfortunately.
See, Jason Holder was talking about having a line for red leg side wides the other day.
Oh, rather than just anything leg side.
Yeah. Half the width of the offside line.
I mean, I don't mind it. Especially playing third division on a Saturday. This one's a player miss outside off stump, finish the over. Maybe the best delivery Shaheen has bowled so far. But Salt survives 12 off 12. England after 3 overs are 26 for none. Rayan, what's going on there on the socials?
Kieran Roseplate says, let's hope England can get this done before Bairstow needs to bat. Would be a shame to raise PAK spirits by him giving away his wicket. Let's get on Joe's train. Chalcho. He also added that Beer's money doesn't jingle, it folds. He has no idea about pennies or any interest in copper money.
Fair enough. Just a little drive-by on Johnny Bairstow there for no reason.
Yeah. I think he saw some IPL and thought that Bairstow still learns to bat.
I think it was Greg Chappell that said, well, every duck you make is one knock closer to 100. Change of bowling, and it's the returning Mohammad Amir bowling left arm over, and this one pierces the gap on the offside, and it'll be a boundary for Joss Butler behind, square off the push.
First.
4 on the floor, and one more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
That's a new one, and I like it.
Yeah, Mohammed Amir's jingle is good as well. It goes like this.
What do you guys think about the Pakistan's bowling combination? 4 bases.
Hold on, found the jingle.
Yeah, sorry.
No ball.
Over to you, Tom.
The next delivery of the Amir over is driven on the up towards mid-on for no run. Gets down there on the bounce. Butler is struggling to find his timing so far. I thought maybe that boundary might get him going, as it often does to the offside. But so far the trajectory, the two left armers, Shaheen and Amir, are troubling him a little bit. Here he is, blue eyes blazing, a little bit of a shoulder wiggle. Takes a step outside leg stump and gets a big leading edge. And it's going on the bounce once again, down towards deep third. And at the moment, Captain Butler happy to get down the non-striker's end. 31 for none of 3.3.
He's ridden his luck with that outside edge, has he not?
Yeah, and the thing about it is it's not quite an outside. It's been a leading edge each time, and it's so thick on the big Kookaburra Kahuna. It's flying away, no chance in the cordon as of yet. I mean, dear listener, if you're not watching the vision, that one's gone almost square of the wicket, and it's a genuine leading edge. There's two men behind square, and it's gone all the way up.
It's bounced
boundary
once.
where it's swept up. Yeah, exactly. One bounce to the man sweeping at point. Here's Amir, short in length, and that's given a short arm jab. It could carry all the way, and that's a maximum for Philip Salt. He's up to 18 off 13. England 37 for none with another one of these.
Over to you.
I couldn't hear any of that. That was just complete silence. So thanks for letting me know. Some shot that. Rayan, what about that one from Phil Salt?
Absolutely, at the other end, Josh Butler is found difficult to time the ball, but whereas Phil Salt, informed batsman, it clearly shows it. Right.
This could be back-to-back boundaries. Phil Salt goes back in his crease and laces it off the back foot in front of square on the offside. Back-to-back boundaries, a 6 and a 4. Amir kicks at the turf. It's 45 for none.
When you are in form,
go on, Rand.
Sorry, when you are in form, it's irrespective of the pitch or who the opponents are, you can have that sense of fearlessness to go for a boundary or 6. That's what Phil Salt is doing right now.
And that's 100%
from IPL.
100% the way that coach Matthew Mott will want England to play as well, without fear. Here's Amir again, leg stump line a little bit slower through the air, and Salt just drops the bat on it and takes a quick single out to cover to retain the strike. Well counted, son. After 4 overs, England over 10 and over so far in pursuit of 158. They are 42 without loss. How are the socials?
Yeah, Pokey Bumfinger says a Basto drive-by insult is a gorilla staple.
We've had a super chat from Jay Grover. He says, just for the Amir jingle. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah.
It's a quality jingle.
My man, Jay Grover.
Oh, yeah. England cruising, one would say at the moment, eh?
Would this bowling combination be the first choice for Pakistan in the World Cup? 4 paces in the West Indies pitches?
Well, the really interesting thing is going to be they're playing their first game in New York against India, right?
Yeah.
So
still that's a fresh pitch. Drop in.
I don't think anyone has any idea how it's going to play. You can't imagine it's going to be a 2-10 sort of pitch. This is a slower ball, and it's given the treatment from Salt. Naseem Shah floated one up, and Salt says, thank you very much. I'll go over wide long on for another one of these.
Oh, yeah.
2, 4, 6.
Some sort of shot that from Phil Salt. It was an off-break sort of delivery. He waited on it, and he just picks it up like a beautiful 3-iron all the way down for a maximum. Shot boy.
I think Pakistan are clearly off from their plans. They don't know which ball they need to bowl in this pitch. So in the power play, they started bowling the slower ones because the ball doesn't come into the bat nicely. But still, the informed Phil Salt found it in the middle, needed for 6.
Has to be slower ones in the middle of the pitch. That one was too full. This one's full pace, and it's whipped around the corner. No real timing on it. It's going to fall in before it gets to the deep backward square boundary. Fielder there doing the job. Couple of bounces, and it should just be 1 for Salt. He's up to 30 now off 17. England 49 without loss. Yeah, I think we mentioned it earlier, Bear, didn't we? But Pakistan are going to have to drag that length back a little bit. And the first instance of it there draws a little bit of mistiming from Salt for the first time this evening when they find the middle of the deck. Bear's vaping, so I'm going to keep going. Here's Naseem Shah. Butler plays the scoop, but he gets a hold of it. It's going to be a boundary all the way down to fine leg on a couple of bounces into the Toblerone. 53 without loss, and let's jingle it up.
Yeah, and a couple of
It's Nissan
pointless
She.
dive afterwards. I love that.
It's Nissan She.
It's like playing a bit of rugby at lunchtime at school on a wet day. You just want to get yourself on the full length dive on your stomach when it's a bit wet. Just give a bit of work to whoever does the laundry in your house.
Yeah, he's got
That was paid. Yeah.
nicely inside that. Typical Joss Butler shot.
Yeah, vintage Butler, you might say. Here's Shah. Butler's down the track, and he has hit that very high indeed. It is going to bring down snow and land in about row 8 for another maximum for the England captain. He's up and going now. England are 59 without loss of 4.4.
That was an expensive over. Wow, it's not. There's 2 balls left, isn't there? Jeez.
Yeah. Boundaries are reigning for England. Go on, Ryan. What are you saying?
So English batsmen are dictating terms here, right? So they just want, Pakistan bowlers are bowling to their needs. They just make more power.
Exactly right. This could be the shot of the over from Butler. He gives himself room outside leg stump and drives it square of the wicket on the offside. Another boundary. It's the 4th boundary of the over. 2 of those are maximums, and England are 63 for none.
Oof, expensive over, man. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's. I said the last one was vintage Butler. This one might be classic Butler. Gives himself a little bit of room outside off stump, and it's a Yorker length delivery. It doesn't matter for him. He absolutely laces it behind square all the way like a tracer bullet. What a shot.
Really nice shot.
I think Babar will bring in spinner next over, maybe Shadab or Iftika. I think he'll bring Shadab, maybe.
Here's Naseem Shah to finish up. It's short. It's pulled in front of square. It should be another boundary, and it is. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, 4. Big over for England and a rough over for Naseem Shah in Pakistan. After 5 overs, England chasing 158 or 67 without loss.
Yeah. So in the socials, thanks to Jay Grover,
That went like a tracer bullet.
Go on, Ran.
Yeah, Jay Grover says, I was about to send some normal gibberish. Rehan is on social, so it seems unfair. Racking job, top lad. I will send money instead.
Why, thank you very much. He sent us £10.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And Kiran says, the middle guy, so is it Dom, has a wonderful flowing commentary. I love his excitement. Good work all around.
Why, thanks, Dom. Dom's a star.
Thank you very much. I think we're due for a change as well.
Yeah.
We are indeed. Bennett is going to take over from you. You're going to do some socials. And Will should be back. Yeah, I've got to let him in. Hold on.
Greetings all,
Bennett,
it's Bennett, Olga Segrami here, along with Bear and Dom Phillip, keeping you company. This one shortish delivery, and Salt plays it nicely towards the cover point area between the fielders there, and it's a boundary.
Well, let me find a jingle.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, Bear. And England slowly but surely progressing onto their target of 158 for victory, 71 for no loss in the 6th over. Current run rate 13.3. This one shortish, climbs on him and goes past the batter there. And there must have been some kind of an edge there, Bear. Yes, it seems that way. Azam Khan diving to his left, not able to get hold of it as the ball balloons past him and rolls over to the fine leg area for a boundary. There's another boundary to the score.
I'm bored of playing 4 jingles. We're not going to have one. We've had too many.
Yeah, I was going to say 33 off the last 8 off the last 8 balls, I think there. So yeah, give the jingles a spell.
Indeed.
Yeah. 14.06 is the current run rate. Required run rate has dropped drastically to 5.65. The England batters, the blistering opening pair of Butler and Sword taking merry of the Pakistani bowlers here in Oval, as this one's overpitched and not held, not getting hold of that. Philip Salt and plays it back to Mohammad Amir. Certainly there was a bit of a gap in their batting towards the lower order, Bear. Pakistan?
Well, Pakistan, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And England have got powerhouses all the way down, really, haven't they?
Indeed, and certainly some of these batters coming in from the IPL, these two in particular, Phil Salt not being bought in the initial auction, but then came in as a replacement for Jason Roy, and what a telling performance he had in the IPL, with a number of 40+ scores in the last few innings. This one's overpitched and gives himself room and slashes this one towards the deep cover area. That's Josh Butler. And the batters have enough time to come back to that Salt. My apologies. And Salt moves steadily on to 40 at the moment. 40 off 21. Butler 29 off 13. England certainly making their presence felt here. So Salt had a wonderful tournament. Unfortunately, he couldn't see the end of it because he had to come in for his England duties. But KKR certainly doing well to win the tournament last week.
Yeah, they walked that final.
Amir comes in, and this one's played towards the deep cover area, and the batters go through for a single. Bear, do you think this is the ideal opening combination for England?
It seems to be currently. I think they're happy with it. That's Flintoff? Is that Flintoff?
Yeah, Flintoff. Freddie's there. Freddie's been actually mentoring them, hasn't he? The last few sort of like tournaments. So he has been roped in by Rob Key, and he's also coaching the England under 19s supposedly. So yeah, this one's played back to Mohammad Amir, and there is no chance of a run.
Grand.
These two certainly playing ideal foil to each other. Bear, great.
Yeah, well, they're both just going flat out, aren't they? Which is pretty much how you should, really, in T20. As long as you're not losing a wicket and you're scoring runs quick, everyone's happy.
They do have a lot of batters to come as well, right?
Yeah.
As far as even Mark Wood and Jofra Arch can hold the bat. Even Adil Rashid can, for that matter, much better than the Pakistan lower order. So I think if they've got all their points covered here, I'm pretty excited to see them go into this World Cup, because they've got, I mean, the fast bowlers who were injured have come back. Mark Wood, Archer, and Adil Rashid looks in omnious form. Butler, Phil Salt, and all these boys. Will Jacks coming off some good IPL performances. Certainly great to watch. And this ball, next over beginning, this is the 7th over, so we're coming out of the power play. It's Haris Rauf, who's come back into the side after having a bit of a long lay due to some injuries. This one's right arm over. This one's, he tries to drive it, and no foot movement, but gets an edge in no man's land, and the ball goes towards the third man area for a boundary.
Another one. Christ.
Four. F-O-R.
Butler 29
If I could jump,
off. Sorry, Tom, go on.
If I could jump in really quickly, I've got a question from the socials for you fellas. Kieran Roseblade on YouTube says, have you guys seen the footage of Flintoff's son playing cricket? Carbon copy of his old man. Have you seen that one, fellas?
I've seen him hooking a guy for 6, yeah. Oof.
Oh, what a shot as Ralph bowls, and he plays it beautifully, unfortunately too well, as it goes straight into the deep mid-wicket fielder's throat. He didn't have to move an inch there, Bear. And that marks the end of Phil Salt assault for 38 runs scored of 20 balls, and England lose their first wicket with a score of 75.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a really nice hit, but straight down the guy's throat, as you said. Well, let's send him off.
The crowd says, you're out.
Ralph is happy.
Yeah, I mean, he is happy, but unfortunately Phil Salt is absolutely gutted with himself. He was looking in such great touch and middling the ball beautifully, like he did from the IPL tournament just not long ago. Unfortunate dismissal there, Bear.
Yeah, but they've got off to a bit of a flyer, haven't they? What, 82 for 1, 6 point... What? 6 point... What's it?
6.1.
6.2, yeah.
6.2, sorry, yeah. 6.2, and yeah, certainly up with their tail right up. Required run rate just under 6, less than a run a ball. The new batter is Will Jacks. Pakistan, do you think they've got the best team on the park out there, Bear?
Close to. Not far off. I mean, their bowling's always been well. They've always been fragile with the batting, and that's the problem, isn't it? A jingle for Will Jacks goes like this.
It might be Will Jacks.
I'll talk over the top of it.
Thank you. His new batter is Will Jacks, and he plays the very first ball beautifully towards the offside. and picks up a boundary to start his account. That was shortest delivery on the back foot, and he slashes this one towards the cover area for a boundary. Welcome, Will.
Yeah, I'm going to duck out.
No problem.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
That's
Internet
all right.
keeps going in and out.
No problem at all. We haven't done a sort of a done a thing together, but anyway, this is overpitched, and Jax this one plays it towards the square leg area, and the batters go through for a single. So, what are your thoughts, Will, on proceedings at the moment?
I mean, England are going really well. It doesn't really surprise me that they're scoring at this rate. It also doesn't really surprise me that Phil Salt has smashed a very, very quick 45 and then got out.
He certainly rubbed salt on the Pakistan wounds, hasn't he? Like
he
he very often did in the IPL as well. So it's skipper Josh Butler certainly coming back. He didn't miss much because the T20 was abandoned due to rain, and this one's shortish, and he pulls in stylishly towards the mid-wicket area, and that's another boundary. So 67 required from 79 balls, and England slowly but surely, steadily marching along, rampaging along, I would say, to a commandable position here. And Josh Butler missing the last game due to the birth of his child, his third child. Certainly fit and ready now. And this one's way outside the off stump. Butler trying to give himself room and trying to hike this one. Not able to get bat on ball as the ball goes through to the wicketkeeper. Rather ugly kind of a position to be there in. And that is the end of the over. What have you got, Dom?
Not loads at all. Kieran Roseblake was talking about a carbon copy is Andrew Flintoff's son of his dad, and Jay Grover. My man says if the carbon copy were the size of a fen, I don't know what a fen is. Someone's going to have to help me out with that one, I think. I'm just opening up the old X, and Jay Grover over there again. Will appearing, flicking his hair coquettishly whilst the Will Jacks jingle plays is such glorious serendipity. Glad to see that Weatherday calendar's going well for you, Jay Grover. Will, any retort of the serendipitous...
the hair flicking? It's why I grew it. I mean, there is actually a story behind why I've got such long hair, but it's boring, so...
Right, so we're going to change it. Bowling, Shut Up Khan. Right arm over. He's a leg spinner. He has a nice googly too. And this one's played back to the ball. No chance in front. Shut Up Khan was a useful clog in Pakistan's lineup with some useful spin bowling and some great middle order, latter order batting. But he's been out of form lately. Terribly out of form to the extent that he was left out of the side. He was also the vice captain of the T20 and the ODI sides not long ago. This one short and punches right down to the long on area, and the batters go through for a single. Jacks on 6, Butler on 33. They need 66 to win from 76 balls. I hope there'll be a good, interesting game, Will, for the sake of the listeners and the viewers.
Yeah, well, you have to wonder whether they're trying to speed it through so they can get some sleep before they get on the plane.
Short delivery, and this one's pushed towards the mid-wicket area, and the batters go through for a quick single. How did you feel Jofra Archer and Mark Wood bowling in tandem, Will? Did you think they got back the rhythm?
Oh, it makes me unbelievably happy. There is nothing better than watching two ridiculously fast bowlers on song, and yeah, they're possibly kind of need a bit of game time, but God, they're good.
I fully agree with that. The next one's over pitched and again driven nicely towards the long on area, and the batters go through for a single. Yes, it was lovely to watch them both steaming in, and this one's nicely pitched on middle and off, and Butler coming down the track and nudging the turn of the ball, and as the ball goes towards the square leg stroke mid-wicket area, the batters go through for a single. And yes, I wonder whether England will play both of them together, or they might want a different angle of a left armer like they did before Reece Topley instead of one of the bowlers rotating them because of cushioning them with cotton wool because of their known injury prone areas. This one shortish on the back foot goes Jacks and places it towards mid wicket. The batters go through for a quick single at the end of that over. 96 for 1 at the end of over number 8. Current run rate 12 runs and over, 62 to win of 72. What have you got, Dom?
Only one on YouTube because we've got a story to tell. Pokey Bumfinger says, I grow my hair because I have a weird shaped head. How about you, Will?
Okay, so the reason I've grown my hair so much is that the last time I had a haircut, it was about 6 years ago, because I needed brain surgery. So they completely buzz cutted me and drilled into my head. So I now have scars all over my head, and I've decided that I'm only going to let the NHS cut my hair.
Oh dear, okay. Sorry to hear about that, Will.
Hey, no, it's cool.
Been a kind of a really bad kind of a time for you.
No, not at all. It was great.
Harris Roth, the next delivery on this occasion outside the off stump, and Will Jacks trying to drive that, and unfortunately not getting bat on ball. So 96 for 1, 62 required from 71 balls. As Ruff comes in, steaming in, he's a quick bowler, and he tries to drive Jacks, not anywhere near the pitch of the ball, as the ball goes through to the wicketkeeper. No chance front. Jacks 8 of 8. He's not found his fluency, hasn't he, Will?
He hasn't, but I mean, I think he is one of those people that kind of needs a bit of time to settle into an innings, and kind of once he gets going, he really, really gets going. It's a sort of similar to how Butler kind of eases his way into an innings and kind of settles himself and then really knocks on.
Agreed. And this one's, I think he's put him down. This one's outside the off stump. Jacks taking a wild hike at that outside the off stump. Quite a regulation catch to wicketkeeper Azam Khan, who spills it, and the players are absolutely looking really, really upset. And this was quite a regulation catch there, Will. You should have taken that. Jacks certainly looking uncomfortable.
And I'm fairly sure I'm jinxing Will Jacks, so I'm never going to talk about his batting ever again.
And he was struggling to get going, and he sort of an ugly hike after being bogged down for a few deliveries, and Azam Khan struggling to hold on to a rather regulation catch. Harishdorf steaming in, and this one's outside the off stump, and again that line, he's struggling. This one's Butler, by the way. They took a single from the previous drop catch. So Jacks 9 off 9. He must be relieved to be at the non-strikers end. Butler 35 off 19. Azam Khan is looking rather surprised, but dropping that catch. He's on camera as well. Certainly not a great position to be in. He's the son of former Pakistan captain Moin Khan. There was a lot of talk about him being picked, about his fitness, and lots of other factors. This one shortish, and this one Butler didn't know much about that. He got some part of his body, certainly a bat or a glove or whatever, says the umpire. The signal's 4, and that's gone through past the wicketkeeper for a boundary.
Now my innings going, great guns, I hit the ball, 4 runs, I hit the ball, and it went for 4 runs.
Thank you, Jason. So a good comeback by Pakistan. They're putting a lot of pressure, not having the luck, Will, though.
No, I don't know. I think it's that thing of its English conditions. This isn't gonna. I don't think they can take this as a omen of what's to come.
Oh, that's a good delivery, and he's got
great.
him this time, Butler. Oh, that was on, middle and off, and Butler trying to drive, and I'm not sure whether he got an edge there or whether he's bowled him. But let's watch to see. The footage is quiet. I think he got an edge there, caught by the wicketkeeper Azam Khan, who's made amends for the drop catch previously, and Josh Butler looking good, 35, but unfortunately was out, caught, and that's the second wicket for England with the score.
On your bike, mate.
Sorry, Jason, I can't hear the jingle. Like 101 for 2 and 57 needed off 66 there. Dom, what have you got?
Not too much on the socials, just a little bit of chat about Will's hair still. I don't really, it's hard for me to read the jokes I don't get. Jay Grover says, Will, if you shaved your head, you'd proper fit into Sheffield. I have a story why I have long hair. I'm very lazy and I don't like people touching me. So a little bit different to your brave story, Will, and I just want to give you a shout out actually for telling that story on air. That was great, and I didn't know that was the answer that was coming, so I'm glad it worked out. Also, whilst we got a ball here, I really love the celebration from Harris Ralph. Holds up 3 fingers to say I nicked you off 3 times and then over Josh Butler. My keeper finally caught one. Let's go, Benny.
Thank you very much, Dom. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he deserves a wicket there, didn't he, Will? He bowled his heart out. He's a bit like Mark Wood falls over on his run up and Shadab Khan. The first series was played back to the ball. Great fielding there, no chance of a run. Then the next one's driven into the covers, no chance of a run. Shadab Khan. He's an excellent fielder of his own bowling. He's a useful all-rounder. Certainly making his mark with the ball. Can he keep the hungry English batters down? As Will Jacks has been struggling. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say you'd hope so, because I mean this spell has been incredible.
It has been indeed, Will. This one's over-pitched and nudged away towards the mid-wicket area, and the batters go through for a quick single. Shadab Khan, 3 balls, just a 1 run given, 56 needed off 63, and I think Will, a couple of wickets might put a bit of pressure on the England batters. You reckon?
I reckon, but I mean, there's definitely a stronger tail in the England side, so I think they're not going to worry quite so much. And there is also that thing of, really, this is just a meaningless game because the conditions are completely different for the World Cup, and I honestly think that there is an element of just wanting to get this done so then they can go and concentrate on the actual tournament kind of thing.
Shut up comes in, sorry, and it is shortish and pushed into the covers, no chance of a run. I just wonder why these kind of matches or series are normally prepared just before the World Cup in a total alien condition. I remember England going to Pakistan on a sort of a ODI series before the World Cup the last time. It seemed really not right. This was shortish on the back foot, and no chance of a run again as he plays it back. Bastow not off 2, Jacks 10 off 12. A bit of pressure building up here for the Englishmen.
One thing I will say is that
one second, hold on. Shut up comes in. This one's quicker through the air, and again respectfully plays it back to the ball. End of a great over there. 56 needed off 60. Go on, Will.
I was just going to say Bairstow is in absolutely no form at all at the moment, so if they can get into him, that could really do something for the game, but also that could sort of have a bit of a knock-on effect for Bairstow's World Cup, possibly. You know, that thing of they are literally going to have to go and get on a plane, and that is going to be the last thing in his head. So you kind of think for the tournament as a whole, you kind of get Bairstow early. Is that going to sort of get in his head, or is he going to get angry like Bairstow always does?
Yeah, but the thing is, he always comes out strong when he's in the limelight, isn't he? He has a habit of always coming out to prove a point. But then Bairstow normally is the Bairstow we know of yesteryear. It's the Bairstow who opens the batting in T20s. But now he's playing in a rather unfamiliar position, especially with not much of form behind him as well. So as you said, one of these two looking really, both of them not looking comfortable. 1 or 2 wickets now can really put a bit of pressure on.
And we're due a change as we go through the 10 overs. I'll be taking over the ball by ball, Bennett's staying on, and I should be having the Bear back in the studio with me to do the socials.
Thank you, Will.
Is Bear there?
All right, cheers then.
He went out. He hasn't come back yet.
although I expect he will be walking through imminently. England well placed in the game. They only need another 56 runs from 60 balls. They can amble their way there if they need to. But the question is, Shadab Khan and 2 new batsmen. He's bowling very wicket to wicket. It's hard to get the ball away. And Harris Ralph was bowled an exceptional set of balls to Jacks and to Buttler, and eventually with resulting in Butler's wicket. And he's going to continue.
Yeah, and they only have one frontline spinner, Shadab Khan. Iftikhar Ahmed can bowl a bit as well, Jason. So it'll be interesting. Harris has been certainly the live wire, hasn't he? 2 for 18. He would have already also got Jackson's wicket had not Azam Khan dropped a sitter. So but he's only got 2 more overs left, Jason.
Yeah, he's. So they have used him in the middle overs because they've got Shaheen Afridi and Mohammed Adir to bowl at the depth if they need to. Anyway, Harris is going to bowl another lovely ball outside off stump. Jacks tried to give it the full beans, but he doesn't use his feet, and it's too far away for him to get to it, and there's no run. And England have been becalmed a bit for.
Yeah, it seems that way. I think
they seem to have not scored any runs at all for about an over and a half.
Jack struggles with that line, doesn't he? Outside the off stump, he's just struggling to.
Yeah, I think he's much better when it's a bit closer and he hits into the covers. When it's a bit too far away, he can't get it, and that's at the stumps, and he gets it nicely through the covers to the man on the boundary. They should be get back for 2, and they do. That's much better from Jacks, but then I think to some extent that's because he was bowled in the right place for him to play the shot.
Jason, I think he did kind of manufacture that shot because he had to take that risk of creating that room to maneuver that ball. So I think Harris Ralph has almost centered out a little plan for Will Jackson. It seems to be executing it meticulously here. Good tussle with a bad ball.
Ralph in. That's a short ball, and Jacks ducks that. And that sails through to Azam Khan. Didn't realise he was the son of Moeen Khan. He's certainly not anywhere near as capable a keeper as Moeen Khan.
I was going to say, Moeen Khan was a good keeper.
I do wonder why, if you've got Rizwan in the side, we need Azam Khan.
Yeah, but I think there is some pressure to play him because he was not being picked because of his fitness and because of his weight and a number of other things. And I think Moeen Khan was also part of the selection committee at some point. There was lots of issues there for over a period of time. But he has been scoring a lot of runs in the domestic setup and almost warranted his place. So I think they're just trying to play him there to see how he would do. Unfortunately, didn't do well today, out for a duck as well, isn't it?
Ralph in, and that's again aimed into the body of Jacks, but Jacks managed to repeat the last ball and get 2 runs off it to the man on the boundary. He does look $1 million when the ball's bowled in the right place.
Yeah,
but he does look a bit sort of lacking in inventiveness when the ball's bowled in areas that aren't his strong point.
Yeah.
And I think like in today's context, when you have so many analytics personnel within the team, it's not easy for them to. It's quite easy to pick out the faults, isn't it? And Jack's struggling at the moment. Harris exploiting his weakness outside the off stump.
Harris in. That's a slower ball, and he's been given the ball he wants, and he's just carted that over extra cover. No problem at all. Long swing of the bat, long delivery flight, and it's one of these.
Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6.
I think the key there, Jason, was he didn't give himself room. It was a good Yorker length, but he moved away, gave himself room before he hoiked that one. So clever thinking by Will Jacks, trying to innovate.
Yep. Harris, another Yorker, and he's bowled him. That's a perfect riposte. That's just a little bit quicker and a little bit fuller, and that's through him.
Yeah.
Like what I was saying before, he had moved with the leg to hike that one. On this occasion, he didn't, and he yoked himself. So clever bowling by Haris Rauf, certainly deserving the 3rd wicket.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to see England's later order to get this game done.
Yeah, looks troublesome.
No, the big four, the top four, had a good game in the first game that they played, and the rest tailed away. Now it's going to have to be Brook and colleagues to get them over the line.
Didn't Harry Brook get
got
a golden duck?
2-ball duck or something like that?
I haven't seen him batting in ages, but it seems to me that it's Haris Rauf versus England at this given time.
He's got 3 out of 3, hasn't he? He can only roll 4 overs, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, but let's not forget he's bowling in tandem with Shadab Khan, and he's not leaking any runs at the other end as well.
Yeah.
Good point, Jason. That's
and he's
important
bowling very wicket to wicket. He's very straight, Shadab Khan, as he is bowling now, and that one turns a bit from Shadab, and doesn't wraps the batsman on the pad. Can't get it away. That's no run. England 112 for 3. They still require 46 off 53. So that 6 has given them a little bit of time. That's short by Shadab. That's chopped into the ground by Bairstow to get off the mark. Finally, he's on 1. Brooks on 0.
The million-dollar question here, Jason, is will Babar Azam go back to Haris Rauf? He's got 1 over left. Does he keep him back? Does he unleash him continuously now to try and get more wickets?
I wouldn't. I would keep him for an over, and I would bring back either Amir or Shaheen for an over, and that's floated up into the stumps and watched carefully by Brook, who just dinks it into the leg side and walks a single.
I think if I was Babar Bear, I would actually continue with Haris Rauf.
Well, I mean, England need less than 6 and over, don't they? So I mean, it's you've got to take wickets. They're not going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's been Bairstowed over extra cover, that ball. He's given himself a little bit of room. He's floated up on off stump, and he's just smoked that over extra cover. Flat as a pancake, really.
Yeah, it was genuine smacksman.
Yep, and that's why it's going to get the jingle.
Smack it in the air. Smack it in the air. Legs moving side to side. Smack it in the air. Smack it in the air.
Smacks him.
That could be almost a carbon copy. That's up into the almost into the player's balcony there.
That was massive.
Into the Bedser stand. So let's talk about at 6. Yeah, Bairstow's in launch mode now.
Wow, they only need 31 runs.
Yeah, he's very quickly taking the stuffing out of the chase. Shadab bowls it down the leg side, and Bairstow tries to sweep it, doesn't get hold of it, and gets a ball on the inner thigh for his troubles. I think that Shadab would call that a victory, but
well, he might well do. He's only gone for 20, which is not bad in T20, but he's got no wickets, and there were 2 big 6s.
Yeah, he is hitting to the shorter side of the ground, based on where the pitch is. The pitch is right in line with the score box and the right on the edge of the pavilion. So you're hitting to the Bedger is the short side of the ground at that point. So yes,
32 required from
126 for 3 at the end of the over. Bear, are you doing socials?
I might be. You better pass me the thingamajig.
And they brought back Naseem Shah. I'm not surprised. They need to try and play some other people into form. Naseem had a horrible first over. Can he improve? Not with that one. That's going to be a wide down the leg side. That's short and thrown. aimed down the leg side from the start. Not a good start to his second over. Sorry, third over.
Shah has been out of the picture for a while as well due to an injury. He's a promising paceman for Pakistan. Certainly they'll want to see a little bit about him. He's very promising and athletic, isn't he?
Yeah.
Beautiful action, beautiful action.
He's in again. That's a better ball. That's outside off stump. That's chopped down by Brook to third man. Will they get two? Yes, they will.
Oh, that's good running.
That's quick running. I think Bairstow made the decision for Brook there. He was already back pretty much. Brook just having to put in a bit of hard yards at the very end there. But the ball was to the right of the fielder, so it had some distance to go and get it. And we're looking at the moment at Stuart Broad in the commentary box.
Chris Broad.
Oh, Chris Broad.
It's Chris Broad. It's
oh, sorry. Genetics getting the better of me there. That's a good ball by Maseem Shah. Brook has tried to repeat the chop down and he hasn't got a bat on that, and that's just sailed past. And we're seeing Chris Broad because he's been presenting or being presented with some kind of
something
certificate,
a plaque. It looks like a little plaque.
Yeah, he must have done a shed load of international referees jobs.
Yeah,
now.
Maybe it's his 100th referee game or something.
Anyway, Naseem continues. That's on leg stump, but gets the Butler leading edge down to third man. Goes quickly down there, and it's only a single, straight to the man.
Good bowling there because Brook didn't know much about that. It just caught him unaware. Flew off a thick outside edge and not looking very comfortable.
Just
Brook.
Trying to close the face a little bit too early on a ball that's just a little bit too straight. And now we see Junior in the commentary box with EOIN Morgan. They do look very similar. You can't deny the genetics there.
Yeah, they do, very much so.
Naseem, 0 for 37 off his overs so far. That's on the leg stump again. This time Brook does get to bat on it. Can he get two?
Yes.
No. There. Well done to the fielder down there, who gathers quickly and throws it in left-handed. Not so good by Azam Khan, who fails to take the return.
27 required off 44.
Yeah, it's looking a bit more comfortable now for England. Naseem and Brook is in, I think, 3 minds there and tries to play a little glide shot, a little dab run down, having stepped over.
I think he was thinking about a little lap down the leg side, wasn't he, for a minute?
Yeah, that's well. If that is the case, that's well adjusted by Naseem Shah. He's bowling a ball he can't really get hold of, and he's basically done himself there, Brook.
Yeah, he's moved too early, giving it away.
And last ball of the over, Naseem sprinting in. Lovely action. That's a lovely ball, straight to the die on the stumps. Brook plays a proper defensive shot, but there's not really much else he could do with it. That's straight back to the bowler. England 131 for 3.
Not a lot going on socials. Jay's there. He's going, oh Lord, where's Bear gone? Don't let him drive. Send more Zero Heineken for the Libertarian. No fucking Zero Heineken, Jay. None. But I'm fine. I'm quite tired.
But he's not emotional.
I'm not emotional. Not at all. I'm waiting for this game to be over. It's a bit of a dead duck. I've watched a lot of T20 recently, Jay. Not a lot of it's been very exciting, considering it's supposed to be the most exciting format there is.
Too many Bear games.
Too many Bear games.
It was indeed quite unfortunate. Even the IPL, the semis and the finals were almost one-sided, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not much of interest.
And Shaheen is going to return. They're obviously gambling now with getting their bowlers in, get some experience, get the best bowlers using up all their overs. He looked dangerous in the first spell, but it was just a little bit too wayward. He was getting movement, but it was too much from a straight line going down leg stump.
Yeah.
And that's the traditional Shaheen tucking up the right-hander line, and Bairstow nicely chops that down into the leg side and sprints a single.
It's all a bit of a procession, it feels like at the moment, doesn't it?
It's going to end not with a bang, but with a whimper, I think. We're not going to, unless something happens very wrong, having England flop over the line, but it's just going to be a very regulation victory at this point if they continue in the way that they're going. Shaheen, left arm, and that's on the top of off stump. Brook has given that the full blade, but he's picked out the man at extra cover, who takes a sharp ball on his hands. Well fielded, no run.
Has Brook been playing county?
Yes,
Okay.
I went to Lords and watched him and Root get not very much in a county game, and which Yorkshire lost against Middlesex. He lasted one ball after lunch, having someone got in just before lunch, and that's a short ball, and Azam Khan does very well to get up to catch that. That's the one for the over. That was climbing on Brook. I think he decided to bail out at that at the right point. I think if he'd gone on for much longer, he might have got a little flick on that.
It's getting a bit bogged down here, isn't he?
It is indeed. I mean, I was just going to say that England have got themselves into a bit of a time.
Well, not really. There's still only 26 off 39 deliveries with 7 wickets in hand. So,
but we're talking about two players in the crease who aren't in any particular form, and that's.
Bairstow's he had a reasonable IPL. Had some big scores and not a lot going on as well. But I mean, he's used to playing at the moment.
Yeah, and Bairstow just knocks that into the leg side.
He didn't have a good IPL at all, Bear. He was dropped after a few games. He had a few sort of mediocre scores in the middle.
Did he get 160? That was it?
No, what, Bairstow? Got a ton. I mean, he got 154 balls or something?
Shaheen, that's on leg stump, that's worked around the corner. That should be one, possibly two. Nope, just the one.
Incidentally, Shaheen Afridi is married to Afridi, the former Pakistan captain's daughter.
Oh, right.
So she's Mrs. Afridi.
Yeah, there'll be Miss Afridi and then Mrs. Afridi. There's a bit of controversy surrounding his removal from the T20 captaincy for the World Cup. He refused to take on the vice captaincy, supposedly.
And that's on off stump, just outside off stump, and that's just knocked down into the gully third man area by Brook. Easy as you like. Minimum effort. No real risk for a single there.
It's only 4 hits away if they really push the boat out. Well, you got 14 overs. It should be over in about, I think,
should be over 17 and a half,
17, 18 at the latest. Could be over a lot quicker.
England started scoring about 13 and a half runs and over when they started, and they suddenly feel like this is just.
But the top three are the ones to really go hard at the ball. This is very much the plan, and then the rest of them, no.
Well, I mean, yeah, you
can do if they have to, but they don't have to in this match. And that's short but well played by Brook, who walks down the wicket and just guides it into the offside.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything crazy, does he? I mean, they only need less than a run of ball, so.
Yep. And
man, that crash really fuck up Flintoff's face, didn't it?
Amazing, isn't it? He looks such a
It looks such a different player. Yeah, he's such a different man. Quite sad, really.
Very sad.
Nassim short and disappeared by Bairstow. That's big red Bairstow at work again. He just swiveled on that and caught it very neatly over deep square leg for a maximum.
Beautiful shot.
Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6.
was
Well,
an absolute beauty there. He just got into perfect position, watched the ball right under his eye, and swerved it right over the deep square leg area for a majestic 6.
he's having a very interesting. Oh, and that's just nicely dinked over the keeper off a rising ball from Naseem Shah. Nothing he can do about that. That's another boundary to Bairstow. In fact, I think that's the first boundary of his, which hasn't been a maximum.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, poor old Naseem is definitely going around the ground today. I mean, it's good to see him back, but he's been given a bit of a pasting. I think only need 12 now, and Bairstow's just drilled a straight drive that's pitched up, and a great piece of footwork by I think that's Shadab Khan. I think
that's Harris Ralph, isn't it?
Harris Ralph, who managed to do some great footwork on the very edge of the boundary to knock it away, and then knock it away again, pick it up and throw it back in. I think they got 2 there.
3. I'm not sure if it isn't 4 though.
They're looking at it to see if it's 4. I didn't think it was. This is the one that might be where it's 4. No, I think he's got away with that.
Should be trialing for the football club.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good control there.
Yeah.
Showing all his all-round ball skills.
Must be a seriously good football player too.
No, they only got 2 because Bairstow's on strike. And Bairstow tries to repeat the flick over the keeper, doesn't get it on. Adam Khan manages to get something in the way of it.
Naseem Shah's been bloody expensive tonight.
Yeah, he's been quick, we'll give him that, but he has been profligate. Didn't help when the first over went for 25 from Butler. Butler just teed off.
Yeah, exactly.
That was what really got his innings started. And Bairstow, bat held high, ready to bludgeon the ball, and he tries again to get that uppercut and doesn't get it again. And that's the end of the over. England are 148-3, just needing 10 now for victory.
Next over, 15 overs.
Time for a change, I think.
It is. I think it is Bear to take us through to the end. I am on socials, and Ryan should be joining us again.
All the best, guys. Cheers.
See you later.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
I'll just give you. Dave Sorrell says, where the hell did that Pixies jingle come from? Lovely stuff. It's been there forever. Bairstow had a batsman's IPL, 1 good score, I think, says Jay. Well, yeah. But it was a great score. And what the hell?
Back into the attack.
Yeah, Harris Ralph is back into the attack. Who's doing ball by ball? Me. Okay. 3 for 28. He's got all 3 wickets. Had a reasonable economy. And everyone else has been pasty. Harris is over the wicket and is cut by Brooke. Oh, did his back foot just? Yeah, I was going to say. That's
boundary.
Yeah, I think his back foot touched the sponge while he was rolling over.
He's been very honest there, but at the end, when the TVs are on, you can't be anything but.
No. So it's when he rolled over. Yeah, his feet touched. Yeah, it's clearly. He needed to pat it, didn't he, rather than try and
hold it. Yeah.
Hold it. 6 required. Could only be 1 ball.
It depends. I think it'd be 1 and 6 because I think Brooke won't hit a 6 necessarily. I think Bairstow may, given that of his 28, I think 3 of them will come in 6s.
Well, he's had a go guiding out again behind square, and he misses out once more, and there's no run.
I think the happy thing for Pakistan is Harris Ralph back into the farm right before the T20 World Cup.
Naseem Shah, yeah, I don't know. I like him, but he's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Harris Ralph.
It's good to see
Harris Ralph. Yeah, I mean he's
a quality player.
I mean this is it. They've got a pretty good Nousy bowling attack. their batsmen have got to get more runs if they're going to compete. Well, you said he wasn't going to hit a 6. But
I think it's the end of the match.
That's the end of the match. He's hit a 6 over extra cover whilst backing away. That's an extraordinary shot and a great shot. Harry Brook ends the match with a 6 over extra cover. England win by 7 wickets. It was a pretty easy win in the end. Pakistan just didn't get anywhere near them round runs. They went off pretty quick and subsided equally quickly. And 156 they were all out for was never really going to trouble England, and so that was the case.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Pakistan probably had the worst of the conditions. It was wet, it was overcast a little bit, and no, they didn't really get the best of it there. The Oval is such a good scoring ground nowadays that 160 is probably nowhere near enough. I would have thought 180 would have been a decent chase on this.
Well, at that rate, England were going to chase down near 200, weren't they? Quite easily.
Absolutely. I think defending champions are going into the World Cup with a comprehensive series win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they'll see a wicket like this in the West Indies. That's the worry.
Well, who knows what we're going to see in America either. That's going to be the interesting bit, isn't it? A bunch of drop-ins from Australia in America.
If I'd been in England management, I think I would have asked the Oval for a slightly slower wicket. This one looked to be a bit of a flyer. Because I think there are two types of
start.
There are two types of wicket at the Oval. There are ones that are a bit slower and grip, and there are ones which go really quickly.
I think it's quite slower at the start. Butler got 2 edges at the start. It's not coming into the bat nicely.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Johnny Bairstow's using a Kippax bat, or maybe, I presume he's using a Kippax bat. It's got Kippax all over it, and he does make bats. Haven't seen one of those in a pro's hand for quite a few years. I
think Johnny Bairstow signed a new bat contract deal with.
I thought all the bats for England were New Balance, or they used to be.
Who knows? They've all got their own stickers on anyway, haven't they? So,
anyway, he signed a new bat contract deal.
Yeah, well, he didn't have a bat sponsor, did he? We were trying to get a gorilla on it when they were in India, I think. Anyway, that's about it. Not really much more to say. It's the phony war before the real thing, which starts at the weekend.
The bowlers did well with the slow bowlers. Shadab did well for Pakistan. Moeen did well for... Not Moeen, Adil Rashid did well for England. Livingston did a good over, at least. He bowled sensibly. Livingston.
Mark Wood, especially, his bowling. He bowled rockets in the first innings.
Yeah.
The wicket of Azam Khan.
Yeah, he bowled pretty well as well.
Chris Jordan at the death. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, let's just wrap it up, play the theme tune. I've got to get out of here anyway.
Sing the sig.
We shall see you on Sunday. I think it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the game we're doing, which I can't even remember what it is.
It's the game I am not here for.
No, I think it's Uganda versus somebody. It might be anyway.
Scotland versus Oman?
Could be. Who knows?
Anyway.
Yeah, who knows? We shall see you on Sunday.
Are you?
Yeah, see you guys. Thanks for the opportunity.
LT.
Bye. Cheers, bye.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Team tunes. Not that one. Try that one.
Guerrilla crickets. Whoa. Guerrilla crickets. Whoa. Guerrilla. Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time is come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than red counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. We would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated